You're listening to GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, it's like deja vu all over again. It was 24 hours ago that I kicked off the last broadcast here. And I said, man, I got a lot of news. It's also incredibly important. I got to calm down and try to go over all this piece by piece today. And I'd say I got a C- on getting to everything. Barely a passing grade. I must get an A+ today. Or at least, I'll try as best I can. The problem is I get so outraged as I go back through the news and information that it's really hard to keep my composure going. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I am in the cockpit of the B-52 bomber with my crew loaded with 100 megaton hydrogen truth weapons, logic bombs, in over globalist controlled areas, dropping just massive 100 megaton bombs of awakening and enlightenment and truth on people. And the enemy is absolutely flipping out across the board. I don't even have time to track it, but I mean, there's got to be 15 news articles a day in newspapers and TV and places just absolutely lying and misrepresenting what we do and what we say. And I expect that because I'm in this to win it. I'm in this to try to find the levers, to awaken humanity, to try to turn the tide against tyranny before it gets really bad. Because I live here just like you do. And I'm in it to win it. I'm committed to this 110%. In fact, it's exhilarating to be in this much political and physical danger. And I'm not a thrill seeker overall, but I'm doing this for the right reasons. And my body, my intellect, my gut is saying, good job, buddy. And I know many of you that fight for basic liberty have that same feeling as well. I mean, this is really living, ladies and gentlemen. When you've got the White House attacking you, when you've got MSNBC absolutely slandering and libeling and trying to damage us, this is what it's all about. Now, that does not mean that I'm not going to strike back because I've got to. The premeditated defamation reached a level yesterday. I saw this yesterday evening. We had time to put it on the nightly news. That was staggering. They basically say I influenced the Boston bombers, who basically are patsies, as everyone knows. I mean, even Glenn Beck is saying that. I mean, it's just overwhelming evidence. And then they go on to say I'm deeply racist and that I'm paid to be racist. The panel agrees, including the former head of the RNC, who just 3 years ago had to resign because of MSNBC showing how he spent $2,000 a pop on bondage mistresses or whatever, or bondage parties. And I guess if you can't beat them, join them. I mean, I just can't. It's just unbelievable that this type of stuff is going on. And I'm not even judging Steele that he likes to, go see women dressed up in leather with bullwhips and stuff, and to each their own. But the point here is that he's lying about me. So Steele, and it's clearly all scripted, 100% scripted as they go down the line, almost like in the Superman 2, where the council's convicting Zod and his general and his girlfriend, and they're saying, we will now hear the verdict. Guilty, 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 guilty. And then I'm to be sent to the Forbidden Zone, the Phantom Zone. I mean, this is unbelievable. And so I can sit here and joke about it. It's actually incredibly dangerous because they're openly White House run. That's on record. And sure, they have a diminishing audience, and we're seeing the death throes of the collectivist politically, but they could still really pull some rabbits out of a hat. So I'm going to go over all of that today. And then a chilling video at a city council meeting. Marine Corps Colonel, Homeland Security Building, Domestic Army. Very powerful video and audio we're going to air. More meltdowns at the 5 reactors that are melting down at Fukushima. An incredible Fox News report showing a welfare surfer who has dreams of being a rock star that you and I pay for. It's all coming up straight ahead.
It's hurricane and wildfire season again. Why do thousands of people sit in these reoccurring problem areas year after year, betting their lives that the disaster won't get them? Hundreds of you helped eFoods Direct ship 50,000 donated meals to the Oklahoma victims. The problem is we can't help everybody. If every one of us who can will take care of ourselves, we can all pitch in to take care of those who really can't. The new Just In Case pack from eFoods Direct is the big brother to the 7-day emergency pack designed for Oklahoma disaster donations. It contains a 2-month supply for one person, or a 1-month supply for 2 adults, or a 2-week supply for a family of 4. The $320 price is $50 less than retail. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Order 2 or more, get 10% off, free shipping applies. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
Dozens of diseases ranging from the common cold and flu to MRSA and pneumonia are all caused by infectious pathogens. Fortunately, a simple, safe, and effective alternative exists. Supernatural Silver is a new and vastly improved type of silver solution that is safe and extremely effective against 143 types of bacteria, both forms of viruses, mold and yeast, and a limited number of parasites. It can even purify water. Supernatural Silver comes in both liquid and gel for internal or external use. With over 180 scientific studies by independent universities, hospitals, research institutions, and nursing homes, Supernatural Silver is a powerful weapon in the fight against disease. To see how Supernatural Silver can give you and your loved ones protection and peace of mind, go to supernaturalsilver.com. Use the promo code PROTECTED for 20% off and like us on Facebook.
Every 3 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity theft. We also hear news stories every day about the NSA spying on U.S. citizens. It is now more important than ever to protect yourself and your information on the web. PrivateInternetAccess.com is a virtual private network service that can encrypt your internet connection while hiding your IP address. Their service also provides firewall protection in order to prevent data mining and unwanted exposure. They keep no records of your web browsing history. PrivateInternetAccess.com is an American company that understands you need to protect your inalienable rights. Private Internet Access does not even log any of your traffic, period. Privacy is their #1 policy. You can use their service anywhere with an internet connection, and with one account you can protect up to 5 devices at the same time. Go to PrivateInternetAccess.com right now in order to secure the privacy of you and your loved ones. Don't wait and allow you and your family to become victims. Visit PrivateInternetAccess.com today.
We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center in the heart of the resistance. It's Alex Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday, 15th day of August, 2013 worldwide broadcast. We're going to be live here for the next 3 hours. Today, breaking, stocks tumble, scared by quick interest rate spikes. We've been telling you that that is coming. We're going to be breaking that down. Also, Egyptian Islamicists target Christian churches in a wave of apparently coordinated attacks in Egypt and across the rest of the Middle East. The Egyptian military responds by mowing them down, because the al-Qaeda group is trying to take over Egypt. And our Pentagon and Obama respond by saying they're going to cut off military aid to the Egyptian military. And they basically say stand down and let al-Qaeda and the Muslim Brotherhood take over Egypt. This is really the setup for World War III they're trying to have here. I mean, this is off the charts. This is even stuff I can't even believe. It's so crazy, and the average American doesn't even know this is going on. that our supposed government is putting the most radical Muslims who have fought U.S. troops all over the world directly into Libya, Syria, Egypt, you name it, and are just turning them loose to blow up churches and throw Christians off roofs. I see new videos every day, to the point I've almost got Christian mass murder fatigue, where I'll see a new article by Watson or a new story we've posted on Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, and I won't even click on it. Watching them take Christians up to the edge of a 5-story building and throw them one after another off to their deaths, or hack them up with machetes, or blow up churches, or go into Catholic churches, Orthodox churches, ancient churches, burn them down, blow them up. I mean, I just can't even look at it anymore. And then you turn on MSNBC and it's, Obama loves the children, Obama loves Africa, Obama wants you to have free health care, as the premiums go up 50+%, as it raises payroll taxes on people making less than $20,000 a year, as the economy just shuts down, as over 50 million people, they're announcing this last year, have already gone on to part-time because of Obamacare. I mean, we're watching the shutdown of America, the globalist scorched earth policy, and I just sit here watching it in absolute horror. And I want to explain something. I know the globalist operations. I know how they operate. I know what they do. But now, this is even weirder than I thought they would get this quick. I mean, this is just so naked. And they're having drills and then real operations all over the country where the Army just shows up with SWAT teams and sets up checkpoints and starts dragging people out of vehicles, and helicopters and are crashing in drills. And I mean, I've got articles today, and police are SWAT teaming people over 3-inch grass in Arlington outside Dallas. That's in mainstream news. And they're SWAT teaming people over unpaid parking tickets and just black uniforms everywhere. They're putting up guard towers. I've got news with face scanning cameras everywhere. And then admitting that they're preparing for a war. I have the state police out of Texas, but also the state police out of New Hampshire. I've got several of these articles that I'm going to be going over today in the city council meetings. And I have a city police chief as well saying we've got to get armored vehicles because we're preparing for war with the Tea Party and libertarians. Actually says that. And they're being honest about it. They're in meetings pre-positioning weapons for us. I mean, and then a Marine Corps colonel, recently retired, went up and spoke to the council and said, look, I've been part of this overseas. This is the pre-deployment. This is a takeover. This is illegal. That video's up on Infowars.com. And by the way, it is people like him, because they've got everybody's number. We've got your number, by the way, globalist, who they're going to come and kill with death squads when they try the total coup d'etat takeover. And it will follow with a nuke going off in Dallas or Chicago or Austin or Denver. By the way, I'm listing cities the CFR have said they think Al-Qaeda is going to nuke. That means they're going to nuke and then blame it on their patsies. This is an outside corporate takeover. And when those nukes go off, they're going to blame it on libertarian groups and patriot groups, and it'll be so overwhelming, the images of people with their eyes burned out from the nuke going off on the edge of the blast, and the giant smoking crater, and the civil emergency that's announced with all the grid lined up and ready to go up against the American people, that even most libertarians and conservatives will say, I didn't want to believe it, but I guess these talk show hosts were working with them. I guess Obama's got to arrest them. And at that point, folks, if you give in to it, it's going to be a hot takeover, and they're going to end up coming and getting you as well. But they're going to wipe out most of the generals, most of the colonels, the retired people they know are patriots. Next, they're going to wipe out the state police who've been given the questionnaires. Will you go arrest Christians? Like they said a few months ago in Colorado, that freaked out the state police commanders. And they went public and said, we were called in and said, are you ready to arrest Christians and gun owners and libertarians? And they were like, is this a joke? And the Homeland Security said, this is not a joke. They were there marking down everybody that wasn't going to go along. I mean, you want front row seats to a takeover, folks. Let me tell you something. That's what Obama Deception 2 is about. I was going to have a little bit of that at the end, saying they might try a military staged event and a coup d'etat. But they've already basically taken over, so they'll probably just want to gut the country, get rid of Obama in a few years, bring in a new puppet. But more and more, the financial collapse they've engineered may catch up with them, and they may go ahead and have to go with the staged event ahead of that. Because I'm seeing all the indicators that they may go ahead and just try to keep Obama in office, okay? And I want to explain something to you. I told my crew this last night at about 6:30, right before the nightly news. I'm standing around with some of the TV crew, and I said, you know why MSNBC has come out and said I'm basically behind the Boston bombing and that I am a, quote, deep racist. And then they had the former head of the RNC agree with them. It's because we've got their number, folks. We've got their number. We know them better than they do because they're all compartmentalized, kind of wicked, lazy people on average. The low-level and mid-level, even high-level people are not master controllers. We've reverse engineered their whole program, gone and read all the white papers. We know what their program is. Most of these globalists work 5-6 hours a day, go play golf, have mistresses, party all day long. I mean, they're very decadent slobs, okay? And so the system does not like my broadcast because this is open, HUMET, organic intelligence network that's telling it like it is. And we're blowing their cover within the Pentagon and within the CIA, FBI, private corporations. People are all sitting around. We can see the traffic coming in, but I've talked to countless military officers, and they're all openly with earpieces listening to the show right now. They all know what's happening. They're watching everything I'm saying on the outside. The tumblers going into place where they're at going, oh, yeah. And then they're giving us even more information. And they're starting to go public and leak info. They see what's going on, folks. Military is meeting all over the country, former and current, saying, what are we going to do about this? And we do not need a counter coup, folks, preemptively. We need to expose the plan for a false flag to be blamed on real Americans, people that have basic American values and are not lazy pieces of filth. Those of us that have not been successfully psychologically destroyed by this high-tech psych warfare are the enemy. Because we're all that's left, folks, from capturing the nuclear weapons and even more advanced directed energy weapons, particle beam weapons, fission fusion, antimatter weapons. The Air Force has admitted they have, but details are classified. Yeah, I mean, they were making A-bombs in the 40s, folks. They got a little bit more than that now. They got stuff that'll blow up the whole solar system, according to my intel. So the point here is that you got crazy globalists that want control of all that fully. Bioweapons that'll kill 98% of people, and that's old stuff, 30 years old. They got stuff that kills everybody, reportedly. And I mean, you got a bunch of crazies that want full control of that. And there are a lot of people now in the military seeing that they're being replaced with robots, seeing that they're being replaced with computers, seeing that police departments are getting rid of their police everywhere, only having rapid reaction paramilitary forces backed up by helicopters, and they're going to phase out the regular beat cop and have cameras give the tickets and surveil. They're putting up these command towers all over the country, laying off half the police forces on average in these cities. You're going to be out of a job, too. I mean, this is the total end of humanity if they're able to get this program rolling. And it's because I understand this, and you understand this, that we're the enemy. And let me just tell the globalists something. We have you in check, and you know that. You can kill me tomorrow. And my conscience is clear that I was not part of this. Okay? I will not be part of what you're doing to people. I will not passively go along with this or back off just because I know I'll be destroyed if I don't. I have sworn on the altar of God to go 110% against the enemy. And I just pray that I'm up to do as good as I can into the face of this. But I told you, folks, they're lining up against us right now. They're opening up. The Pentagon has announced domestic operations in PSYOPs against the American people. That's freaking out the people in the Pentagon, realizing just how evil this is. They're going to go to private contractors with disinfo operations. It's going to get crazy. And let me tell you something, folks. If they gun me down in my yard or say I get carjacked, I predict within 48 hours of being killed, you're going to see a nuke go off or a bioweapon released. And they're not just going to kill me. They're going to go wipe out a bunch of military officers. They're going to wipe out a lot of FBI agents. Just listen, folks. They'll probably kill Ron Paul. You'll just see everybody start getting killed or arrested. They'll do it 24 to 48 hours out. They're not going to want us running around when all this goes down. They're going to try to cut off the communications as well. So understand, this is not a game. This is not a joke. And you notice who they're coming after front and center. InfoWars. Because we've got their number. We know who they are.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Can you go without a good meal for 3 days? Is your pantry prepared for what's around the corner? At pantryprepared.com, we offer gourmet meals for any budget. They're GMO-free, contain no MSG, and have a 25-year shelf life. Gluten-free meals are also available. Order this week and get free shipping and a free cube stove that heats up to 1,200 degrees. To learn more about a free 1-year supply package, visit pantryprepared.com. That's pantryprepared.com or call 801-913-1441.
It's hurricane and wildfire season again. Why do thousands of people sit in these reoccurring problem areas year after year, betting their lives that the disaster won't get them? Hundreds of you helped eFoods Direct ship 50,000 donated meals to the Oklahoma victims. The problem is we can't help everybody. If every one of us who can will take care of ourselves, we can all pitch in to take care of those who really can't. The new Just In Case pack from eFoods Direct is the big brother to the 7-day emergency pack designed for Oklahoma disaster donations. It contains a 2-month supply for one person, or a 1-month supply for 2 adults, or a 2-week supply for a family of 4. The $320 price is $50 less than retail. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Order 2 or more, get 10% off, free shipping applies. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
American gardeners and fellow patriots, make the right choice with your money, time, and your family food supply. Choose 100% pure heirloom seeds in the Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com. Why spend more? The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com is only $37.95 and includes 20 varieties of pure, hardy, easy-to-grow heirloom seeds. Yes, only $37.95. That's 70% less than our competitors. You could buy 3 Survival Seed Vaults for less than one of theirs. The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com includes detailed planting and seed-saving instructions and ships same day. Plus, all orders over $49 ship free. MyPatriotSupply.com is American-owned by patriots like you, passionate about freedom and preparedness. Call now, 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Or discover more emergency preparedness items when you order at MyPatriotSupply.com. Choose the original. Choose the Survival Seed Vault at MyPatriotSupply.com.
Digestive health is the key to wellness and elimination of toxins. That bears repeating. Digestive health is the key to wellness and elimination of toxins. And Pro EM1 Daily Probiotic Cleanse is the key to digestive health. Pro EM1 is a powerful liquid probiotic, strong enough to cleanse, gentle enough to use every day. Pro EM1 is dairy, wheat, and soy-free, contains all natural and certified organic ingredients, contains no preservatives or animal products, supports a healthy digestive and immune system, supports weight loss, improves absorption of food nutrients, aids in controlling yeast infections, is never freeze-dried, and uses 3 groups of live, viable, beneficial microbes to cleanse and remove toxins. Order Pro EM1 Daily Probiotic Cleanse at Terraganix.com, spelled Terraganix.com, Terraganix.com. Or call toll-free 866-369-3678. That's 866-369-3678. Pro EM1, the raw probiotic.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control.
Yeah, folks, we're living in the science fiction era here. We're living in 2013. And coming up in the next segment, this is a short segment, I'm going to get into MSNBC. Blames Boston bombing on, quote, deeply racist Alex Jones. And I'm going to muse here openly on air And I've got to talk to my lawyer today about what the best course is, because they're so discredited that even though I know I could, with a jury, get a judgment on them, and undoubtedly this is going to cause us damage. It's designed to cause damage to us. Just that I've accepted that my name will be damaged and everything still doesn't mean it's okay for them to do that. Is it in the final equation something I should do because I've got films to make, I've got bigger fish to fry? At a certain point, I pretty much have to sue them, like NBC got sued for editing George Zimmerman together to make it sound like, yeah, he's walking around, he's a black guy. Instead of, yeah, he's walking around looking in cars, blah, blah, blah. Later, what color is he? Oh, he's black. They edited that, you know. This isn't even editing something together. They show no proof. They just say he's deeply racist and connected to white supremacists, and they just, and the bombers. I mean, you couldn't say something worse except for maybe I'm a child molester. And I fully expect on this trajectory of these guys that if I don't sue them, they're going to next say I am the bomber. I mean, God forbid I don't come get arrested tomorrow and they say I'm a bomber and MSNBC says he's the bomber, he's the bomber. They already say that about the living Zarnev brother who's pled not Zokar, who's, you know, the living brother, clearly shut those guys up. His brother worked for the CIA. That came out. They've killed their witness friends, arrested the others, killed FBI agents that were part of the arrest, covering that up. Clearly a drill, clearly a national security deal. Saudis running all around the place. They're mad, folks. Let me tell you why they're coming after us. Let me first say this and then go to break and come back with the full breakdown on this. They're coming after us with what I just said in the last segment. Because I guess they're so arrogant about the general public, or that they control the press, that nobody go read Rand Corporation documents, nobody go read Club of Rome documents, UN documents, Council on Foreign Relations documents, State Department documents. I mean, we've listed them all here. I made films about it. Their whole program. UN documents on sterilizing people with vaccines, Bill Gates documents. And it's like they go around and talk about all this in their white papers. I get the white papers. I go, look at how horrible this is. They come out and say I'm a liar. People go look and find out it's true. I'm talking about unity of humanity to go to the stars and fighting racism. I've protested the Ku Klux Klan, no exaggeration, probably 15 times. And I'm not here saying, oh, look, I'm a good trendy or something. I protest them because they're a bunch of feds and prove that. And had police SWAT teams aiming guns at me and nobody else and then threatening me. The police in Waco were with the Klan, basically, in one case. And so it's basically like saying Martin Luther King is anti-black to say I'm racist. I mean, it's just that asinine. And so if they can get away with that, I mean, they're going to start saying, well, what's next? I mean, it's worse than saying I'm a deep racist without showing a clip, any proof, anything, to then say I'm connected and influenced bombers. Alex Jones and white supremacists influenced the bombers. Homeland Security says. And I've already gone through this before when Richard Ploploski, and I got 5 retractions because I threatened to sue him that time. Richard Ploploski came out, shot 3 cops because he was drunk, Marine Corps, kicked out of the Marine Corps. He got another pit bull. They're defecating and urinating all over the floor. His mother gave testimony. She says, I'm calling the police. You won't leave the house. The cops come. He throws a fit, kills 3 of them. Turned out the guy hated me. Was a troll on all the white supremacist sites and on my side attacking me. They knew that. Within 2 hours of getting in his computer, they said he did it for Alex Jones. We went and searched his name, said, you know, he's one of our biggest critics because I don't make things racial and because I don't hate black people and Jews. And I said, I'm going to sue you. And they had 5 retractions in newspapers. And I was going to sue them. Had my lawyer put them on notice with an overnight cease and desist and tort letter saying we're getting ready to sue you, retract now. So I'm going to send a registered letter in the next few days to MSNBC. And I guess I'm just going to have to sue them. I mean, I just... Because next, folks, they're going to say, I am the bomber. Okay, when we come back, I'm going to break all this down, play the clip, and then dovetail it into why they're coming after us. Because we're pointing out they're setting up martial law in America. We're pointing out they're shutting down our power plants, shipping our jobs overseas. We're pointing out that the Federal Reserve is foreign. They're the occupiers.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Cal-Ben Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soap that is triple concentrated and made from the highest quality vegetable and coconut oils. See them on the web, www.5starsoap.com, or call 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog and buy American-made products. Order the sampler, a 1 to 2 month supply, or get a 1 to 2 year supply of soaps for all your cleaning needs. You're getting soap products twice as good as what you're using now. This is an amazing deal, and you will love the way real soap makes your skin feel. Call 1-800-340-7091 or visit www.5starsoap.com. Alex and his staff have used these earth-friendly, pure soaps for years. See them on the web, www.5starsoap.com, or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog.
Protecting your home with a security system is a must. But when it comes to protecting your family, your home, and belongings, there's no need to sign a long-term contract. Listen, there is some real scum in the alarm business, cashing in by locking you into long, punishing contracts. Not with Simply Safe Home Security. They're the good guys. You can trust Simply Safe to protect your family. Simply Safe was created by a Harvard Business School engineer, and it's revolutionary. You'll get 24-hour protection for just $14.99 a month. There are no hidden fees and no contracts. You'll save thousands. Plus, you're protected by their 100% money-back guarantee. Protect yourself against home invasions and break-ins. Order your Simply Safe system now and receive a wireless keychain remote, a $25 gift, free. So don't waste your time dealing with scum. Visit GetSimplySafe.com. GetSimplySafe.com. GetSimplySafe.com.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Live from Austin, Texas, it's Alex Jones.
All right, I want to go over every facet of why the White House run Media Matters, MSNBC, and others are engaging in conscious. I mean, they sit around and script how to consciously lie. That's 100% clear when you know how media works. And what is their goal? Because for anybody that can think, it's a joke. But it's not a joke with their target audience. It's not a joke with their target audience. We're going to be getting to that in just a moment and talk about what a big deal this is. And then again, to some very serious geopolitical news, stock market financial news, and things that the establishment does not want us to really focus in on, obviously. I mean, what is it about this broadcast and Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com that makes them so upset? By the way, occasionally I'm wrong about things in the media, and I'm always happy to admit it when I am wrong. The current issue of Esquire came out, and there is a big story on yours truly in it, I guess about 6,000 words. And it asks, am I paranoid or a patriot? And basically, it ends as a positive article. Now, I talked to the reporter, and he didn't say this was off record. He said he's getting a lot of heat over this. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's the fact that he is one of the top 3 profilers in the country, or if not the world. John Richardson. His dad was CIA section chief over Southeast Asia. And we're going to get him on next week to talk about the book about his dad, My Father the Spy. He promised to come on. He doesn't do a lot of interviews. If I would do an interview with him, so I tried to get him on years ago, and he was too busy. And he wanted to talk to me to explore if what I was saying was true or not. And the piece was going to come out more negative, but then all the NSA stuff, he's been working on this like 4 months. Then all the NSA stuff and things broke. And a lot of what I said turned out to be true, and he really had his own mini awakening. And he was already a pretty smart guy. And I did the interview because he's done hundreds of profiles with prime ministers, presidents, top movie stars, top directors. I mean, you name it, he's in the top 3 profilers in the world. And so he said, look, I don't do hit pieces unless the person's really a horrible person. He goes, out of hundreds of pieces, 2 or 3 turned out to be really bad because they were bad people. And he said, I will try to tell the truth. And it's only because he's so senior that this even ended up. They ended up cutting a couple thousand words out of it that were more, hardcore info and moving it to the back of the magazine. It barely got published. That's inside baseball, basically, folks. So, and it's stuff like this that's going to save our civilization. Somebody just being honest. And he kept his word. I mean, I'm flabbergasted. To a certain extent, the Rolling Stone writer, because he gets being a big profiler, was a little more of a hit piece, but the guy was quasi-honest. Because, once you talk to somebody for weeks on and off again, they have a... But that barely got published because of that. This, though, is the first time someone's actually kept their word. And I've got a few problems with the current issue of Esquire, because it's out of context. And again, I try to put out complex thoughts here that are multifaceted to really give you where I stand. Like, I've made the point of, I have zero dislike for gay people. I don't have some knee-jerk dislike of people. Just like I'm not a racist because I don't go off what somebody looks like. I go off who they are. I mean, that's fundamentally offensive to me to go off what somebody looks like. Oh, that person's got a cleft palate. They must be an idiot. I don't want to hang out with them because they're not perfectly beautiful. I mean, if that person can play the piano and it tells good jokes or likes to do the same things I do, I don't care what they look like. I don't care if they got warts on the top of their head. But I don't like the authoritarian, fake left homosexual agenda that's always trying to beat everybody over the head. It's like attention getting or something. It's like parading around and trying to sexualize children and, trying to inject it and recruit in the schools. I'd be against heterosexuals doing that. And so, he has in there that, well, I'm not against people living together or, if people want to, quote, have partnerships, but it needs to be a state issue, a Ron Paul type position. Then it turns into, Alex Jones is for gay marriage. No, the institution of marriage is for a man and woman because of the children you're going to have. And there is an assault on that from the eugenics perspective, and they're using the whole fake gay thing as a liberation angle of that. So there's some quotes taken out of context, like, no, I get a woman who's raped wanting to have an abortion, but the difference is this is pushed as a dehumanization program, and so that's why I'm against abortion. Well, that turns into Alex Jones gets the reasons sometimes why women want to have abortions. Yeah, I get the arguments for it, but I'm fundamentally against it because of the larger issue. So then some of the left publications that are really authoritarian publications, they can then run around and go, well, look, he said he was against abortion here, but for it in this magazine. See, if I'm one thing, folks, I'm consistent. I don't judge people that have had abortions because they're told, oh, it's not a human, it's no big deal, it's like getting a tooth pulled, just come on in, it's the right, all this peer pressure. Sacrifice your children to Molech, Quetzalcoatl, sacrifice them to, on Samhain if you're a druid. People thought it was normal to sacrifice their kids in ancient times, not because they were even evil people. They thought this is what you do to make the crops grow. The high priest says so. See, I don't judge those people. I judge the conscious globalists that you go pay $300, $500, $1,000 for an abortion, depending on the type of clinic, and you don't know your child could be sold for as much as $10,000 for their organs and body parts. You didn't know that they run off, sometimes keeping the baby alive to get it on ice at the nicer clinics so they can go sell those organs. You mean you weren't given that newsflash? That every part of your child, their stem cells, everything is rendered down, sold to be flavoring testing for PepsiCo? I mean, you didn't know that? See, I'm against what it really is. I don't judge someone that goes out and has done it through ignorance, you see, because I've done things that are wrong, folks. I undoubtedly had girlfriends that had abortions. And I was not a party to it, but, the woman gets real mad at you, doesn't want to see you anymore, and then you hear she's had an abortion. That's how that works. And so I've had my children killed. And I have to deal with that. But I was young. I was stupid. I didn't understand it. I didn't know. And I'm not shooting blanks either. Even when you wear a condom, folks, that doesn't mean you're not going to get somebody pregnant. And I hate to have to sit here and get off into all this with people, but the point is that I'm not here judging you. They know you go do these abortions, you get older, you know it's wrong deep down, so you fervently defend it and go be part of a billboard campaign saying, I got an abortion, it's cool, you need to get one too. Make it sexy instead of making it embarrassing. So this broadcast is about being genuine. This broadcast is about being true. This broadcast is about being real. This broadcast is about really trying to break things down. And that's what it comes down to. So they can take what we say out of context to try to twist it. That's one thing. We expect that because we know we're on to the enemy. We know their program. They're freaked out by it. And again, they're freaked out by their operatives in media at every level, figuring out what's really going on because we're decompartmentalizing it for them. That's what the globalists are afraid of. And I'm sorry, your formulae is already out. How you work the system is already out because of this broadcast and others. And now you can kill me or politically assassinate my name, which I would much rather. I know you're going to attack me. You may even kill me, but I like to keep living. But whatever happens, happens because I realize how bad this system is that people are being shined onto. And young people need a chance to hear the truth and common sense. Not the globalist corporate plastic culture of lies. People deserve a real shot at being good guys. And I want prosperity, and I want justice, and I want equality. That's what I stand for, and that's what I'm here to promote. And it's one thing to twist what I say or to take it out of context. It's another thing entirely to make things up about me with no proof and to insult your audience by doing that. It is truly outrageous. And here's the statement I spoke into Kurt Nemo's iPhone last night when he wrote the article with Paul Watson. No one should feel safe in this climate where they are making all the rodeo clowns take federal sensitivity training and pay for it because one guy did something they say is wrong. That's authoritarianism. No one should feel safe in this climate. The establishment media can put out whatever lie they want, and the Republican Party, who was there, the former chairman of it, represented on Wagner's show by Michael Steele, will just agree with it because it shows the establishment itself is threatened by the awakening that is happening. And again, they said, I'm behind the terrorist, and I'm a deeply racist person. Which anyone that's heard my show knows isn't true. But again, they know it's a lie, folks. They think they're protected because the White House is behind them. They've identified Infowars.com and the journalistic system we're building as a major threat. That's what the MSNBC segment is, a premeditated attack. So anyone who supports freedom of the press needs to get behind Infowars.com and all the other alternative media that is under attack, like investigative journalist Glenn Greenwald and whistleblower Edward Snowden and so many others. This is exactly how countries fall to authoritarianism, because if they can intimidate us and have a chilling effect and shut us down and defame us, they can defame anybody and then intimidate everyone else. If you care about freedom, remember this quote from German pastor Martin Niemöller, who resisted the Nazis and ended up in a FEMA camp. First, they came for the communist, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the socialist, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the Catholics, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Catholic. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Well, Hitler was more of a fascist, first socialist, that's what Nazi means, National Socialist, but then double-crossed the socialist and was more of a fascist. This is more of a Soviet-style deal with Obama. I mean, these are real authoritarians. The Army's training with, quote, re-education centers, Army document. Just type in Army document, re-education camp, Army.mil. Show it to the folks, guys, if you're watching on TV. I mean, it's the real deal. And people are watching this happen. Of course they're coming out and saying I'm a deep racist and I'm behind the Boston bombing. Well, what else can they do? I continue here. This meets the precise definition of willful, conscious defamation with malice and forethought with intent to do harm. I've sued people before for defamation successfully. I don't like to do this, but clearly if I don't respond to this, they will make up even more outrageous stuff. Will I be a child molester according to them tomorrow? Will they say I am the bomber? They're already saying I made these people bomb stuff and I'm deeply racist without showing a shred of proof. Think of how dumbed down their audience is that they could do that. This is outrageous, authoritarianism. So I'm putting them on notice. I want massive retractions now. This is your tort warning. You are now on notice. Do you guys think you're invincible because you have the White House behind you? Richard Nixon thought he was invincible too. The American people are going to stand up against this intimidation against the press. And then the article goes on with other examples. I mean, Bill O'Reilly a few months ago said we have sexual predators on the internet attacking women. And he cut to a clip of me ranting about Obama out of context, saying I'm sick of it, we need to stand up, and my face turning red. And then did a still shot of me saying hate speech. I mean, a sexual predator on women. I mean, what the heck? I mean, they're already doing it, folks. I expect child molesters next. They could SWAT team me tomorrow, plant stuff on my computer. They've done it to others. I mean, this is not a game. And I guess they think you're a coward. They think I'm going to get up here and say all this, and you're going to get in your shell, pull in like a turtle, duck and cover, waiting for them to come dig you out of your hole. It's like the shooting training. When a shooter's in a building, you're supposed to, FEMA says, get in a fetal position so they can get the maximum number of deaths. I mean, you know, don't have a gun, folks. They actually say you're supposed to vomit or poop on them in training for women. In fact, pull that up. Women are supposed to pee, poop, or vomit. I'm not joking. Guy busts in to kill you, just, you know, pull your pants down and crap on them. I mean, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, to have to talk like this. This is how crazy these people are. I'm going to skip this network break. I'm bankrupting us doing this. I just can't help it. I got to keep going. The point here is, yeah, there it is. College women told to urinate and vomit to deter rapists. Anyways, and they actually say, yeah, do the same thing if a shooter's coming after you. But it's not funny. It's sick, the dehumanization that's going on. You're not supposed to defend yourself with a gun, but the government's arming to the teeth to defend themselves from who? The sovereign citizen libertarian movement. All over the country, in the Homeland Security grants, it says, for the #1 terror threat, gun owners, veterans. Yeah, because they're going to start persecuting people and coming to get us. And, of course, people are going to then fight back, and it's going to be called terrorism. They've got the police gearing up for all-out war with us. And then they're going to phase out those cops as well. I mean, this has all been planned, and we've got to say no and have an awakening to it. So I want to get into this attack, and I want people to understand this attack is taking place because we know what we're talking about. Now, remember, they don't attack us on anything we say. Rachel Maddow says that I said Obama sent a tornado to Oklahoma City. without showing me say that. She says, I say giant wasp live under the UN building. We have those clips. I've never said anything like that. No one's ever acted like this. Joseph Goebbels wasn't this ridiculous in Nazi Germany. It's because, folks, their constituents are in a trance. That's why Mark Dice can go out, or we can go out and say, we're going to kill babies up to age 3. It's for Obama. Yeah, kill babies. We're going to kill people over 65 for Obama. Yes, kill them. They signed the petition. We're going to arrest all gun owners and put them in forced labor camps for Obama. Yes. They can say anything now. And these people think they're on the winning team. Oh, you're going to raise my payroll tax? If it's for Obama, go ahead and do it. You're going to break all your promises? If it's for Obama, I'll do it. Now, the good news is people like Oliver Stone, who I know is a listener through his son, Oliver Stone came out and said Obama is a dangerous, evil snake. Exactly. Because he can get everybody to stand down, the so-called left. There is no left now in this country. There's a bunch of foaming at the mouth. I'm telling you, folks, they make the Soviets look tame. I mean, these are vicious people. Even the Soviets would have propaganda that sounded good. To say, he's behind bombers and influences them, and a white supremacist connected, and he is a deeply racist, with no proof. That's open and shut with a jury. They don't care if a jury gives me $1 million. I know, folks, I've sued people for defamation twice and had them settle. Because I only sue you if I absolutely have to, and I know I'll win. I know the law. I've got the lawyers, done it before. I mean, a jury will reward me, because definitely I've been damaged. They're saying I shouldn't be on the air. They're trying to, the people are trying to shut down our YouTube and Facebook stuff. We've been shut down before. They're trying to shut us down. They want us shut down because we're behind bombings, folks. That is the definition of defamation, okay? They don't care. They get hundreds of millions of stimulus money in NBC and MSNBC, billions of government contracts to Microsoft. They don't care, okay? They'll just pay with tax money. I mean, these people are out of control. Do you understand that? I've studied propaganda and other regimes. That's never been this cuckoo. Let's start going to this clip as I analyze it here. The clip's up on Infowars.com. Let's go ahead and go to this clip.
The bombing suspects may not have been the radical jihadists they were initially believed to be. Older brother Tamerlan Tsarnaev was reportedly a fan of far right-wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. This guy.
Hey, listen, I'm here to warn people. You keep telling me to shut up. This isn't a game, okay? Our government in the U.S. is building FEMA camps. We have an NDAA where they disappear people now.
Past 11, you're watching the Sunday politics. We have an idiot on the program today. Coming up,
let's hit pause. You will not stop the Republic. Okay. Now, again, they play a clip of me where they're saying there's no fluoride in the water. By the way, that's back in the news. They actually say on this piece there's no fluoride in the water now. Because everybody admits it gives you cancer now. Harvard studies, Princeton, UT. So there's no fluoride in the water. They make a joke about that, and then show me going, "Hey, NDAA, they're disappearing people. We should be yelling about this." But see, oh, that's what discredits me. Did you hear anything racist there, though? Let's go back to the clip.
Humanity is awakening. To date, Alex Jones' YouTube channel has over 300 million views.
It's over 600 million.
According to the Wall Street Journal, Tsarnaev also read white supremacist publications, including The First Freedom, an Alabama-based newspaper that espouses equal rights for whites.
They're conflating me with them.
Salon's Alex Seitz Wald writes, Tsarnaev illustrates how 21st century anti-government conspiracism melts down typical ideological barriers in a postmodern view of various radicalisms united by a common, deep distrust of the government. It's sort of an interesting confluence. I mean, we talk about this happening in some sectors.
Now they go to George Lucas's evil twin,
which is the dovetail,
the head of the Southern Poverty Law Center,
a radical libertarian agenda and a sort of Southern racist neo.
See, libertarians racist, folks,
towards governance and.
Did you know you were all racist?
That view informing.
Let's hit pause again.
A certain sector.
So now, not liking governance, period, is racist. That's what Sebelius said yesterday. She said, we covered the news article. She said, opposition to Obamacare is racist. See, if you didn't want your payroll tax raised when they promised they wouldn't, or you didn't want your premiums to double, already up 50+% this year, you're a racist. You're like, no, I don't want to be raked over the coals. No, you're racist. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Here it is.
A certain sector of American politics. Alex Jones may sound crazy, but still has 300 million YouTube. He had 300 million people that have watched him on YouTube, and that sort of fringe, arch-conservative, deeply, I think, racist strain is being tapped into at crazy profit by people in the media.
Well, it is, and I think that the point you just made is the key thing. At crazy profit, these folks are getting paid to be racist. They're being paid to be ignorant publicly.
You're probably going to get sued, Steele.
Espouse these views that a vast majority of Americans
That's going to cut into your bondage money.
But it does continue the narrative of the subtext of race and how that plays into the stories politically, economically, educationally, and what people come out, how they come out on the other side of it. And when you have, whether it's these brothers or others who kind of fall into this trap, this mindset, the question then becomes for us going forward is, how do we then graduate from just sitting around in your room, musing?
And of course, they've got my image up on the screen the whole time. And they've got the former head of the RNC, God knows what else they've got on him to have him up there doing this, saying, oh, well, he's paid to be racist. Did you know that, folks? Unity. Let's stop the black abortion, especially. Let's get the Planned Parenthood out. Let's expose Margaret Sanger and the fake left as deeply racist with her own letters saying blacks are subhuman weeds to be killed. Did you know that was deeply racist? Talking about Martin Luther King and judging people by the character of their deeds. Deeply racist. Protesting the Ku Klux Klan. Deeply racist. Where is the deeply racist stuff? And I mean, let's play a little bit more. Here it is.
To standing, going out and publicly holding up a sign saying you're 47% Negro, to actually doing what we saw these two idiots do in Boston.
Right, and though there may be only 10 people who take Alex Jones seriously, there are people, I mean...
All right, let's stop right there. I can't watch any more of it. Folks, now the Patsy Boston bombers, clear Patsies, one of them was pled not guilty. Nowhere in American history would they ever say the guilty bomber. Rolling Stone, MSNBC, he's now guilty. Forget the drills, forget his brother in CIA, forget all the Saudi Arabians. No. He's guilty. And now he's racist. A caucus Middle Easterner, clearly. You want to get into who they are. It's Asian with a little bit of African mixed in with Central European. That's what those folks are. I mean, I guess you could call them white. Nothing to do with race. They go into somebody's computer, probably visited thousands of sites. I visit sites all the time I don't agree with. Now he's a Klan member, folks. And now, did you know the white racists bombed the Boston bombing? See, now they're saying the libertarians bombed the bombing. I mean, this is cuckoo. Folks, we need your support more than ever. And I got to tell you, we need your financial support to finish the news division, to get it up on satellite, to finish the studios that are almost done, to get the crew we need. You need to go to InfoWars Store today and vote with your dollars to get the high-quality Modifilin that protects your thyroid and is so good for your organs. Just check out all the details on Modifilin, the Southern Hemisphere brown seaweed. Go to InfoWarsHealth.com to get the ultimate youth dietary supplement, green super powder, the best stuff out there, and it tastes amazing. That's at InfoWarsHealth.com. Get the Pollen Burst Plus. Get the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0, totally organic and non-GMO certified. InfoWarsHealth.com. Or you can call 888-789-9277. Just go sign up today. Become a distributor, $10, get discounts, or just buy off the shopping cart. Go there and sign up for free shipping. InfoWarsHealth.com. InfoWarsStore.com has a lot of other stuff that isn't longevity. That's awesome that I carry. Get all the books, get all the films, get American Drug War 2, exposing the fake drug war that mainly targets minorities because we're so racist. It's about that. That's all available at InfoWarsHealth.com because we want to get the nonviolent people out of the jails because we're racist. Get American Drug War 2, InfoWarsStore.com. Support us. Stand beside us. Buy your war bonds today, InfoWarsStore.com. Follow us at Real Alex Jones on Twitter.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
It's hurricane and wildfire season again. Why do thousands of people sit in these reoccurring problem areas year after year, betting their lives that the disaster won't get them? Hundreds of you helped eFoods Direct ship 50,000 donated meals to the Oklahoma victims. The problem is we can't help everybody. If every one of us who can will take care of ourselves, we can all pitch in to take care of those who really can't. The new Just In Case pack from eFoods Direct is the big brother to the 7-day emergency pack designed for Oklahoma disaster donations. It contains a 2-month supply for one person, or a 1-month supply for 2 adults, or a 2-week supply for a family of 4. The $320 price is $50 less than retail. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Order 2 or more, get 10% off, free shipping applies. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, if you just joined us, most of the time when we're in the press, we don't cover the attack pieces because it's flack that's not even coming close to us. But when the White House run, Foreign Foundation run, MSNBC comes out and says, I am, quote, a deeply racist person, and that the libertarians bombed the Boston bombing. And it's all scripted. And they have the former head of the Republican Party, Steele, in there, MSNBC. The panel just goes around the line and says, you know, first, Alex Jones basically made the Zarnett brothers bomb the marathon, and Steele then agrees that I'm deeply racist, and that I'm paid to be deeply racist. And then they segue into, yeah, it's these libertarians that are now bombing the marathon. So see, it's about you folks. Opposition to their takeover and governance, she's reading off a teleprompter, is terrorism. What does the United Nations say in their Unidir July 7th, 2001 treaty minutes? They said, civilian ownership of firearms threatens the legitimate power monopoly of the state. Now, I agree with that statement, except for the word legitimate. You substitute illegitimate. It's the illegitimate power monopoly of the state. And in America now, they're saying if you don't like collectivism, if you don't like your 5-year-old being taught about sex, you're a homophobe. And I'm like, I don't want to be taught anything about that. Keep your hands and your sickeningness away from my kids. And they're like, oh, you're a homophobe now. Oh, you don't want world government. You're a racist. Oh, you don't want health care written by foreign banks to rip everybody off by the snake Obama. You're a racist. No, you people are worse than racist. You're race pimps that look at everybody out there and want to get us fighting with each other so you can sit up there like the good guy. You make me want to throw up. And I don't even look at this woman, this host, this Alex Wagner, and hate her. You look at her eyes all bulging out on a power trip. You look at her all thinking she's slick and cool and working for the system that could care less about her. I just look at her and think about what a pathetic person. And I feel sad for how weak humanity is sometimes in POTOC. And they all know who they are. I even know stuff about inside Southern Poverty Law Center and what really goes on over there. They're all just really a bunch of dope-smoking party animal hippies who then get handed down these talking points by the big foundations and the psych warfare CIA chiefs. Oh, yeah, I've talked to your workers. They blabber. Get a few drinks in them. I mean, you guys really are signed on to all this? You think this is funny, saying I'm deeply racist and behind terrorism? When we all know who ran Elohim City up above you guys? I mean, you really think all that stuff's cute? You really want to be bad guys? I mean, do you know what comes with all this? You know full well NSA, globalist, foreign corporations, I'm for real. You all know I really want a future for humanity. You've got my psychological algorithm. You know what I want. I want what you want deep down, many of you. You just want justice and a future. You don't really want to be bad guys. Only weak, stupid people who have to cheat want to be bad guys. Or people that are tired of losing then become bad guys. And as the system gets more and more corrupt, more people are going to become bad guys. Until pretty soon everybody sells out to the bad guys and everything collapses. And the elites always said that's the problem, is that tyranny doesn't produce anything. But now they go, oh, we have robots and automation, so we can finally have our tyranny and get rid of the excess labor population. And so all of you idiots at the Southern Poverty Law Center, MSNBC, CIA, evil people in the Defense Department, oh my gosh, I just can't believe it. You're destroying yourself. Are we choosing our own destiny, or has it been pre-selected for us?
As we've moved through history, every great leader has had to understand the potential of information.
Billions of dollars have been spent privately and publicly looking at how to tap into your psyche.
From compulsory state education to the Hollywood media brainwashing machine, we are kept in perpetual bondage to the ideas that shape our actions.
When somebody obscures that feedback loop between you observing and testing it out and verifying it, they can take total control of your awareness.
All of this is happening so fast, you need to be ahead of the game.
How to engineer the opinion of the American people so that they would not only endorse but demand a war.
Oh, there's another one. Another plane just hit.
State of Mind, because there's a war on for your mind. Get your copy of State of Mind, the movie, at Infowars.com. And remember, every order at InfoWarsStore.com receives a free citizen rulebook.
With over 3,000 years of historic use, pure silver continues to be one of nature's most reliable and effective agents against fighting viruses, mold, fungus, bacteria, pathogens, and parasites. At Silver Lungs, we have developed a reliable and easy-to-use full production system for creating endless pure nano-silver solutions right from the convenience and comfort of your home. Your self-produced nano-silver solutions can be applied topically to the skin. For many who are new to silver that wish to try silver for the first time, we offer a full line of consumables and cosmetics, such as our 2-ounce nano-silver nasal sprays, our nano-silver soap, and our most popular product, the all-natural nano-silver gel. Visit www.silverlungs.com to learn more about the industry-leading technology of the Silver Lungs system. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Dozens of diseases ranging from the common cold and flu to MRSA and pneumonia are all caused by infectious pathogens. Fortunately, a simple, safe, and effective alternative exists. Supernatural Silver is a new and vastly improved type of silver solution that is safe and extremely effective against 143 types of bacteria, both forms of viruses, mold and yeast, and a limited number of parasites. It can even purify water. Supernatural Silver comes in both liquid and gel for internal or external use. With over 180 scientific studies by independent universities, hospitals, research institutions, and nursing homes, Supernatural Silver is a powerful weapon in the fight against disease. To see how Supernatural Silver can give you and your loved ones protection and peace of mind, go to supernaturalsilver.com. Use the promo code PROTECTED for 20% off and like us on Facebook.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a giant attack on the free press, the independent press in this country. They're bringing in Soviet-style political correctness where somebody wears a clown mask of Obama, and then they say it's racist because bulls don't chase clowns, even though that's what they do at rodeos. And now all the rodeo clowns have to go pay between $300 and $1,000, depending on which group they go to, federally certified sensitivity training groups, because someone did something, you're all guilty. That's the essence of authoritarianism. But then the guy with the rodeo mask didn't even do anything to begin with. But it's about teaching you to shut down your speech. And Missouri running TV announcements, don't criticize Obama, we will arrest you. I played those clips yesterday in the Truth Squad's article. Just type in Obama Truth Squad. You'll get videos on YouTube all over the country going, you talk bad about Obama, you say you isn't a Christian, we're going to arrest you. Guys in uniforms. Why not? They arrest you for filming one in public that's legal. Why not? I mean, they take people's bank accounts now without... I mean, look at the cover of New Yorker magazine, this current issue, August issue. In most states, police have the right to confiscate possessions like your cash, car, home, even if you aren't charged with a crime. Yeah, even if drugs aren't found. They don't really have the right to do that. They just have corrupt courts that go along with it. Folks, this is... I guess that's racist that I said that we should have a Fourth Amendment or due process. This is authoritarianism, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want health care laws that rip you off, you're a racist. And you watch this MSNBC piece, and it shows a willful pattern by MSNBC to say I'm racist. They've come out and said it out right before. But now they say, oh, Alex is dangerous. The Zarnet brothers liked him and this, implying I caused them to bomb. Then at the end they say, yeah, libertarians like this that bombed the Boston Marathon. See, it's now saying you're all terrorists. And then they say, yes, Alex Jones is, dangerous. He has all these people. Well, yes, it's these deeply racist groups. They try to put a comma in there. That's not going to hold up in court with a jury. It's clear. You're up there putting me in with the Klan, putting me in with people you're saying are bombers that have pled not guilty. It's all unprecedented, and it shows the conscious, willful intent of malice of forethought to do harm. I can't wait to subpoena them on what was in the teleprompter. Oh, I can't wait to subpoena the before-show briefing in the green room and all this. I can't wait. I'm 95% going to sue you. It's just that, do I have to dig up all the other clips, build the case right? Because if I sue you, I'm going to win. I'm going to sue you in the right place. I'm going to get all the damages you've done to me lined up. It's already happening. Might sue you in a year. That's the problem. If I sue you, I'm going to build a real case. I'm not going to just do... I've sued people twice for defamation, folks, and they settled both times. So I hope, Mr. Smarty Pants, you like being hauled into depositions, Alex Wagner. I hope Mr. Steele likes being brought in, former head of the RNC. And your lawyer just hope you like it, because you're not going to sit up there and try to damage me without me fighting back. I fight back. And the most important thing is it's in the news that you are liars, trying to defame me, because they can take me down, they can take anybody down. Why have I defended Rush Limbaugh and they wanted to shut him down with made-up stuff, even though Limbaugh has actually attacked me over the years? Because if they can take him down, they can take us all down. Glenn Beck's come out and obliquely defended me over this on The Blaze. Good. That's why I've told my crew, no more attacking Glenn Beck, even when he does weird stuff. We got bigger fish to fry. I mean, we got the New World Order coming down on us, man. I'm here bringing other people on like Ben Swann, other reporters, to try to get them launched. I mean, we need more people going up against this. I'm in a war, folks. You're in a war, whether you know it or not. This is a war. This is a war. God bless DrudgeReport.com and Matt Drudge and his crew. Boldly getting the truth out there, exposing the lies, going up against it all. And I'm hearing, God bless Michael Savage. He's getting more hardcore and telling it like it is, and about how Obama killed the SEALs and the cover-up and the fake bin Laden raid. Only the truth is going to save us. This isn't about money. It's not about fame. It's about the fight for liberty, folks. Anyone who'd been through what I've been through would know how real all this is, okay? I mean, I know how bad these people are. I realize how much trouble we're in. I realize, folks, we hang together, we hang separate. Because even if neocon talk show hosts and people in the past have been establishment, when the globalists take over because you've been pro-family, pro-gun, you're gone. The globalists have decided on a leftist, Fabian socialist ideology for their global governance. And even fake libertarians and conservatives are going to be shut down, okay? So you might as well, because your deep inclination is to love liberty. I hear the passion of these hosts. You started out good, many of you. Why don't you come on over and go all the way? Just like the Esquire top profiler in the country, he does big profiles, John Richards, went and found out a lot of what I was saying was true. He could verify it, bucked his editors, and got it published. And he sounds pretty freaked out now. He's like, yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble, but I don't want to talk about it. Because Because John Richards knows that this country is in deep trouble and this world's in deep trouble. It's not a perfect article, but the left is the authoritarian left, the gatekeepers are freaking out. Why is there a semi-positive profile in Esquire? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I am a good person. I am a real person. Does it mean I'm perfect? No, but I'm real, and I believe what I'm saying, and I'm trying to find the truth, and I want a future for my children. And if you want one, you better decide what side you're on to right now. Let's go back to just a small clip of the full 14-minute clip from MSNBC and the scripting, where she goes from Alex Jones to white supremacist to this deeply racist ideology. She's saying all of us there are. And oh my gosh, how they're on the air, it's dangerous. And then, oh, how do we go from this ideology to the bombing? Let's go to this clip.
Alex Jones may sound crazy, but still has 300 million YouTube.
600 million.
300 million people that have watched him on YouTube. And that sort of fringe, arch-conservative, deeply, I think, racist strain is being tapped into at crazy profit by people in the media.
Well, it is. And I think the point you just made is the key.
Crazy profit.
Crazy profit. These folks are getting paid to be racist. They're being paid to be ignorant publicly.
Steals the real one. It's going to damage me.
That a vast majority of Americans don't subscribe to. But it does.
Let's turn that off. By the way, we called a computer company yesterday in the afternoon who, I guess, had this on, and they said, we don't want to work with you because of your racism, basically. Boom. That's going to be in court. The damages are coming in right now. By the way, we know you got your crews lobbying to take down our YouTube channels and Facebook and Twitter. It's happened before. We got over 600 million views of different Alex Jones videos, not just the 320-something million on one channel that they've turned the clock back on before. They're scared of us, ladies and gentlemen, because they know that we know the truth. And then they go into how, yeah, these libertarians are bombing stuff. Malice of forethought with intent to do harm. Up there just saying racist, racist, racist to create division so we don't come together. Yesterday, before I even knew this had been on air yesterday, I was saying we should all come together against tyranny. And that's what they're so scared of, folks. They're involved in the racial division. They're not even racist. It's just cold-blooded manipulation, divide, and conquer. Now, I want to go to another clip and a report here of what they're upset about. Marine Corps Colonel, Homeland Security Building, Domestic Army. We're going to get him on the show. Fallujah veteran says government is afraid of its own citizens. Let's go to this clip, listen to this powerful information, and he knows what's going on. And see, now he's decompartmentalized, just retired as a Marine Corps colonel. Here it is.
You don't need this. You really don't. I was a colonel. I'm a retired colonel in the Marine Corps. I saw a sign back there that said, we want more Mayberry and less Fallujah. And I spent a year in Fallujah. You know what? When I first got there, I didn't have armored Humvees. I traveled over 10,000 miles over there. And sometimes you got to deal with and go with what you have. And so that's part of the job, for one. The second thing is, though, when I was in Iraq, I was in charge. I was the Ministry of Defense coordinator. My job was to man, train, and equip the Iraqi army in Al-Anbar, Najaf, Karbala, and northern Baghdad provinces. And I can tell you right now, well, somebody had the great idea to get rid of the Iraqi army, so when we rebuilt it, we did everything we could to make it as strong as possible. And I'll tell you right now, Homeland Security would kick their butts in a week. What's happening here is we're building a domestic military because it's unlawful or unconstitutional to use American troops on American soil. So what we're doing is we're building a military. My best friend, who's a SWAT officer in Nashua, who came to Iraq with me to train the Iraqi police, sent me an email with a picture of him in the media on the streets of Watertown, Mass, wearing the exact same combat gear that we had.
The full clip's up on Infowars.com. It's a little bit better on computer speakers. I know for some AM stations it won't come across too good. But he goes on to say, look, these are Homeland Security grants. They're pre-deploying it to take over. And he's saying it from the grant. Because the grant says it is for libertarian sovereign citizens. And that's why they need this armored vehicle. And they're sending these SWAT teams to Iraq, folks, to take on the American people. I mean, I've told you this for years, and they're really gearing up. And now they're saying that the libertarians and veterans are the ones behind the Boston bombing. This isn't a game, folks. They're getting ready to stage false flags and blame it on us and try to round us up. And it's going to be Marines like this colonel. The full article on the info is up on Infowars.com. Just like Smedley Butler, was lined up to be Commandant of the Marine Corps, 2 Congressional Medal of Honors, most highly decorated U.S. general in history. They didn't have Congressional Medal of Honors in George Washington's day, or he'd be the only guy. 2 Congressional Medal of Honors. 2. They hired him to bring in a coup d'etat. He set up the coup, blew the whistle. It was such a big deal, they just secretly arrested some of the top coup people, but the robber barons were so rich they didn't arrest them. By the way, that's even been in the New York Times, London Guardian. So it was the Marines who they tried to hire that stopped it before. Folks, this is not a game, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why they're upset, is because the military, I bet money when we get that colonel on, I bet money he's a listener. And he goes over the SWAT teams and the grants to pre-deploy, getting ready for a takeover of America. That's why they want us shut down.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it led back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
You know about RVs, you've heard about bunkers, but surviving is not recreation, and man wasn't made to live underground. Introducing Survivalist Camps, the ultimate fully functional off-the-grid survival bug-out house that's mobile, well-equipped, and custom-built to outlast any other RV or trailer. Go to survivalistcamps.com to learn more. That's survivalistcamps.com, providing your basic needs to survive. Survivalistcamps.com.
It's hurricane and wildfire season again. Why do thousands of people sit in these reoccurring problem areas year after year, betting their lives that the disaster won't get them? Hundreds of you helped eFoods Direct ship 50,000 donated meals to the Oklahoma victims. The problem is we can't help everybody. If every one of us who can will take care of ourselves, we can all pitch in to take care of those who really can't. The new Just In Case pack from eFoods Direct is the big brother to the 7-day emergency pack designed for Oklahoma disaster donations. It contains a 2-month supply for one person, or a 1-month supply for 2 adults, or a 2-week supply for a family of 4. The $320 price is $50 less than retail. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Order 2 or more, get 10% off, free shipping applies. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
Hello, this is Ty Bollinger, author of the best-selling book, Cancer, Step Outside the Box. I want you to know some very important information. In 1985, President Ronald Reagan requested that Carnivora be sent directly to the White House at a time when only the president could obtain this world-class healer. Now, 27 years later, Carnivora capsules are used around the world to keep people healthy. Now you can protect yourself and your loved ones in this age of superbugs with 17 naturally occurring compounds that instinctively respond to abnormal cells only without harming a single normal cell. If you want to stay healthy, now's your chance to literally wake up your critical immune cells to attack harmful invaders that don't belong in your body. Call 1-866-VENUS-FLY or order from carnivora.com. That's carnivora.com. That's 1-866-836-8735, 1-866-VENUS-FLY, or visit carnivora.com. Protect your immune system. It's the only one you've got.
Way up north, to Alaska. Way up north, to Alaska.
Hey, folks, Julie Wilson here in our office may have to be let go. One of our great new writers, been here a few months, libertarian. She's got 3 strikes against her. She's a libertarian. She's got blonde hair and blue eyes. Means she's racist. And, folks, she has a brown bag. And Kurt, the manager, the editor of InfoWars, reported her to me. I'm not joking. As a joke, they did it. But he reported her to me during the break. She brought a brown bag in. And that is not does it just offend the black folks and Hispanics that work here. It offends me. So I'm going to have her written up for that racism. Now, if she wants to write an article calling for the abortion of black children, I'll give her a gold star. That's not racist. Or attacking Africa with AFRICOM. If she supports Obama, it's okay. Again, this is the political correctness here of where they come out and conflate me as the mad prophet. They say he's the prophet of the deeply racist right wing. That's a quote there. And I guess I, according to their definition, am this evil prophet because I'm here pointing out the corruption, waking people up, trying to get them to see the hypocrisy. Our liberties are under attack. Here is an article out of Politico today with the headline, "The Cyber War Against the Media." And it goes on to say the cyber command is to take over the media and destroy liberty. Politico. Kurt Nimmo wrote an article, 2010, Cyber Command. Pentagon Cyber Command prepares war against the American people and the press. Kurt Nimmo, 3 years ago, May 23rd, 2010. Now, again, they said they were going to do it. It's not like we just magically always know what's going to happen. It's all being said, and then we go, hey, look, they built FEMA camps and say it's for gun owners. Pretty scary. They say they have re-education camps, and we went to one of the drills, and they were practicing breaking up the families. That's pretty scary. Shut up, racist. Actually, I have won equality. Shut up, racist. Hey, it looks like the government was involved in the Boston bombing. These guys were CIA. Shut up, racist. Hey, he says he's not guilty. Why are you saying he's guilty? You've never done that before in the media. Shut up, racist. Hey, Obamacare was written by foreign banks. Shut up, racist. These tetanus shots in Latin America have been caught sterilizing the women in Africa. Shut up, racist. You just don't like Latin Americans. No, I don't want them to be sterilized. Shut up, racist. Well, I tell you, Obama's getting these peace prizes and stuff. He's a warmonger. Shut up, racist. They're giving $85 billion a month to foreign banks, ripping us off. Shut up, racist. And I'm just like, I just want to have freedom. I don't want the NSA spying on us. They came out and said you might be a terrorist yesterday in the news. I saw it. If you don't like the NSA. They said if you don't like Obamacare, the head of Health and Human Services said it's racist. And there's no racist thing you say. It's just you're racist. And folks, they know what they're doing. These are authoritarians that are going to try to organize the minorities if they can. It's not working well. And to go and see all these other people are racist. Be part of our new Homeland Army. Let's go get any white people that are libertarians, especially because they're really secretly racist. And people are being taught. So I guess Oliver Stone's a racist because here he is to a group of filmmakers. The article's up on Infowars.com saying that Obama is a snake. This clip just came out last night. Here he is to a group of filmmakers saying that he is a snake and people shouldn't support him. Here it is.
The truth is that we have to go back. I don't know how we can go back, but we have to get off this terrorism thing. The problem is that if we go around the world, every public protest, every demonstration against the government, whether it's civil rights, Vietnam War, students against Iraq, these are very important protests. They grow out of the Arab Spring. That's where it comes out of the people. But what is being targeted here is not just terrorists, but those groups. In other words, anybody who protests government policies in the future, whether it's Wall Street bankers, if you protest against them, you're going to be targeted as a potential threat. The Boston Marathon, they were so busy tracking down protesters against green organizations and against various other things that they missed the bombers. It's never about terrorists. It always becomes about the way J. Edgar Hoover did it. He brought all the weight of government to bear on protesters. He didn't like protesters. He thought they were left-wing communists. He never could find the proof, but by the time the Vietnam War came around, as you know, 500,000 people were on the list, and they were being eavesdropped on. Where are we now? Same place. Obama is a snake. He's a snake, and we have to turn on him. I know he likes snakes, but
All right, that's enough. So Obama is a snake. We got to turn on him. Folks, he was a corporate fraud from the beginning, and people like Oliver Stone knew that. It just wasn't politically correct to go after him until now because it's super obvious. See, I don't wait until it's safe. I go in first. That's the only way to stop these people is stop caring how they attack you. Get over the fear. And yeah, they prime the cops on socialists and liberals. Now the grid's in place, and it's for left-wingers who are real left-wingers, but it's really for conservatives, libertarians, constitutionalists that are simply pro-Bill of Rights. If you're pro-America and pro-freedom, you're the enemy, you're the terrorist of the authoritarian takeover.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Protecting your home with a security system is a must. But when it comes to protecting your family, your home, and belongings, there's no need to sign a long-term contract. Listen, there is some real scum in the alarm business, cashing in by locking you into long, punishing contracts. Not with Simply Safe Home Security. They're the good guys. You can trust Simply Safe to protect your family. Simply Safe was created by a Harvard Business School engineer, and it's revolutionary. You'll get 24-hour protection for just $14.99 a month. There are no hidden fees and no contracts. You'll save thousands. Plus, you're protected by their 100% money-back guarantee. Protect yourself against home invasions and break-ins. Order your Simply Safe system now and receive a wireless keychain remote, a $25 gift, free. So don't waste your time dealing with scum. Visit GetSimplySafe.com. GetSimplySafe.com. GetSimplySafe.com.
It's hurricane and wildfire season again. Why do thousands of people sit in these reoccurring problem areas year after year, betting their lives that the disaster won't get them? Hundreds of you helped eFoods Direct ship 50,000 donated meals to the Oklahoma victims. The problem is we can't help everybody. If every one of us who can will take care of ourselves, we can all pitch in to take care of those who really can't. The new Just In Case pack from eFoods Direct is the big brother to the 7-day emergency pack designed for Oklahoma disaster donations. It contains a 2-month supply for one person, or a 1-month supply for 2 adults, or a 2-week supply for a family of 4. The $320 price is $50 less than retail. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Order 2 or more, get 10% off, free shipping applies. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
Cal-Ben Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soap that is triple concentrated and made from the highest quality vegetable and coconut oils. See them on the web, www.5starsoap.com, or call 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog and buy American-made products. Order the sampler, a 1 to 2 month supply, or get a 1 to 2 year supply of soaps for all your cleaning needs. You're getting soap products twice as good as what you're using now. This is an amazing deal, and you will love the way real soap makes your skin feel. Call 1-800-340-7091 or visit www.5starsoap.com. Alex and his staff have used these earth-friendly, pure soaps for years. See them on the web, www.5starsoap.com, or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog.
Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Hey, you White House. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, back live, coming to you from deep in the heart of Texas, Austin, broadcasting worldwide. We're going to go back to Staff Sergeant Joe Biggs here in just a moment. And the reason is he was telling me even more amazing stuff that I actually already knew about a little bit, but the firsthand accounts were simply incredible. So actually, guys, pull up some of those news articles about the Marshall Plan from Wired, the drugs they were forcing the troops to take that were making them hallucinate. I want him to tell you about this, though, himself, and how the officers didn't take the vaccines but made them do it, and just how insane all this was. Because this is in the news, but when you're hearing it from a combat soldier, when you're out there, wake surfing with them on Lake Austin, and you see the bullet wound, scars on them, it just really brings it home how they're setting people up. And he was asking me, why do they do that? I have the answers. Why? And so I'm going to break this down for all the troops listening to understand what's going on. And I know you'll get demoted if you don't take the Percocets when they order you to, but even when you're not even hurt, we're going to explain what this is all about. We're going to go to him just for about 10 minutes. Then an original, real Black Panther Party member, not the new racist groups the feds run, is going to be popping in because he called us today after seeing the MSNBC saying, I'm a deeply racist with no evidence. Larry Pinckney wants to talk for about 5 minutes about that. He's going to pop in and give us his quick take on that. And then Red Beckman's going to be almost about 30 minutes, but interspersed with news, the founder of the Fully Informed Jury Association. But before we go back and get this testimony here from Staff Sergeant Biggs, he's just a great guy, fun to hang out with, and get his testimony on record. I want to tell you about eFoods Direct, ladies and gentlemen. We're all concerned that FEMA has been reaching out to storable food companies, and they've got proof of it, asking for information on how much food they could ship in a major disaster. It makes most of us really nervous. There's a reason they're doing this, and we're going to be telling you about it in an interview when I have them on with Steve Shanks coming up next Tuesday. So I'm just letting you know that's coming up. It's true that FEMA and other agencies have a huge job. We're going to tell you how big the job is now and virtually impossible to accomplish. But we've got answers, and we'll share them with you in the interview when I've asked Steve to come on next Tuesday, August 20th. And you can also, of course, always check out our sponsor at efoodsdirect.com/Alex. They've got a free shipping deal going on right now, efoodsdirect.com/Alex. And this isn't really a plug. You can just go to their website and find the number there at efoodsdirect/Alex or 800-409-5633 to call and get the specials. Also, InfidelBodyArmor.com stops hundreds of rounds of AK-47, M4, 306, 308, and more. The ceramic only stops 6 rounds. What about the 7th? This stops hundreds and was developed by a military policeman, engineer, he's a bunch of other stuff. We've had him on, a really interesting guy. It's rated level 3 body armor. They got backpacks, a giant catalog. Check it out, InfidelBodyArmor.com, InfidelBodyArmor.com, or 888-608-6605. InfidelBodyArmor.com. The longest-lasting body armor is now cheaper than most ammo. And finally, folks, if you go to InfoWarsStore.com, and it is your buying of the great products that help you and your family, that you and your family deserve, that also makes this broadcast possible. So we find the best books, the videos, the films, the T-shirts, the vitamins, the minerals, the seaweed, the iodine, the tinctures of all these other great things at InfoWarsStore.com. And then we give you the lowest prices. The lowest these people will let us give you. A lot of times they're like, this is the lowest you can go. And sometimes we almost kind of cheat and throw in free citizen rule books. We always do, and bumper stickers and stuff. InfoWarsStore.com, and thank you all for your support. But support your family. Stop drinking the poison tap water. Get the Pro Pure system, lowest price anywhere at InfoWarsStore.com. With promo code WATER, you get 10% off the already lowest price at InfoWarsStore.com. And again, we couldn't do it without your support. Literally buying war bonds in the fight against the globalist. Now, a couple days ago, I guess this would have been Tuesday now, how time flies, my buddy Shane had been inviting me out on his ski boat out on Lake Austin, which is just beautiful cliffs and like jungly, really beautiful area, and I love it when I get to go out there. And he'd been asking me to go for a week, so come on, let's take our kids out. And I thought, well, Sergeant Joe Biggs is going to be here, Staff Sergeant. Let me just go ahead and bring him along with us. He said, oh, great, yeah, love to meet him. And, of course, he hit it off with my friends. We had a great time, about 5 hours out there on the lake, then went and ate dinner. And we're out there. By the way, Staff Sergeant Biggs jumped on the wake surfboard. He's been a surfer, never wake surfboard, and just immediately was doing a great job surfing the wake. That was pretty cool. So my buddies were impressed with that. And we're sitting back, drinking a beer. And he's going, man, I tell you, we were talking about young people and how many of them are on drugs and how bad it is. And he goes, yeah, I tell you, they would order us. And when he was saying all this, I already knew this was all true. But it was hitting me how real it was. that if you look up the Marshall Plan article from 10 years ago in Wired magazine, just the Marshall Plan, wired.com, search that term, it'll come up, or troops ordered to take antipsychotics that make you hallucinate. That'll pull up, mainstream news articles. They put them on aggression drugs, testosterone, GH. They give the special forces amnesics after they've come in from orders to slaughter whole villages, really to commit war crimes. But Biggs was just regular Army, but heavy combat. 3 tours, 2 in Afghanistan, 1 in Iraq. Michael Hastings wrote about it. Just heavy battles. And got shrapnel scars all over him, bullet wounds, you name it. So seen a lot of stuff. And he talked about torture he saw and other things. And kind of said, well, quite frankly, they're trying to blow us up. What are they going to do? And that's not endorsing. It's just this is real life, ladies and gentlemen. But then he goes, what we really didn't like was them flying in helicopter loads of Percocet and ordering us to take it when no one was hurt. Now, I'm saying all this so it's on record, but I want him to just come in and tell you briefly what he saw and what he witnessed. And then he asked me, why do they do that? And then a year later, they go, okay, now everybody's ordered to get off of them. You're going to be drug tested. But, incidentally, they're not really drug tested for the opium. So, see, you're on one opiate, now there's another. That's what this is really about, priming you to be distributors when you get back in the CIA. I have to know because that's come out in congressional hearings from Vietnam and then again in the 80s with cocaine. But it's also about then saying you're compromised while you're a drug addict. And I can open the phones up, folks. The Army, the Marines, they're all ordered on this stuff. Special Forces, they're testing even weirder stuff on them. So that's how this all goes on. So I won't keep you long, buddy. I know you got to get back to college today and then back to your night job. But great to have you here, and it was great getting to meet you in person. Just recap what I just said and fill in any other stuff, because you were asking me why. I just told you from my research perspective, but break down in your own words what you told me on the boat.
Well, some of the first things I always noticed was I remember when flu season would come around, they would, all order us into these huge, theaters and line us up and make us take the shot or the nasal spray. And I would refuse. I'd be like, I don't want to take this. It makes me sick. I feel 10 times worse throughout the year. Every time I've been, before I was in the military, I never got the flu, and now I'm constantly having headaches. I'm constantly not feeling good. And they would just line us up like cattle in these theaters and make us take them. And then not only that, the high-ranking officers, and they weren't even having to take it. And I'm sitting there asking some of these guys, I was like, hey, I was one of the first people here. I saw the commander come in. Why is he not taking it? They just told me to shut up. It's above my pay grade, not to worry about it. So why do I have to feel bad and you can't? Why do I have to have all these injections all the time?
And by the way, that's the ultimate discrimination. Well, they're saying rodeo clowns are racist now if you talk bad about Obama, but the underclass of enlisted men and the non-commissioned officers, SSGs like yourself, you're being given shot after shot that's on record deadly. And they've had to suspend smallpox shots, anthrax that's killed people where the base doctors refuse. But on record, it's come out the German military, the brass don't have to take the shots either. Incredible. And you said folks would get in trouble if they didn't take it, right?
Oh, because I would say, hey, I'm not going to take this. And they're like, well, we can take action against you. We could drop you down in rank, put you on some kind of suspension, basically just threaten me that if I didn't take the stuff, that, there would be some kind of punishment.
Amazing. In fact, you were saying, you'd say, well, why don't you have to take it? And they'd say, shut up.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, why do I have to if you don't? It's incredible. You go first, man. This is so good. It's like Jim Jones, drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. And then, in Afghanistan, we got out here on this, the last time I was out there, our doc or whatever would walk around and hand us, a strip of Percocets. And at first, it was just 3 or 4. And then next thing you know, as the months go on, they're flying in helicopters and dropping off crates. And it'd be like these drunk Russian guys flying in these, contracted helicopters and then push a crate off the back, and next thing you know, you're getting 50 at a time and things like that. And, we're like, why are we taking all these things? They're like, it's to help, take your mind off stuff, help numb the pain. And I'm like, well, I'm not hurt. I don't really have any pain. They're like, just make it, if you get blown up, it won't hurt as bad. Just don't think about it. It'll be easy. And next thing you know, you got guys fiending, and when the helicopters are flying in, they're like basically just like, hey, when's the next helicopter coming in? When's the next helicopter coming in? We need to get our refill. We need our refill.
And see, and again, this is open drugging with serious narcotics of Army soldiers. The Nazis did this as well with speed and other things to get you addicted and to get you morally in a haze. In fact, you were describing just, I don't want to put words in your mouth, describe what it made you like when it came to killing or even being worried about being killed.
Yeah, we were, I'll never forget this one day. I remember looking at my driver, Turner, and we're like, hey, that looks like an IED in the road. And he's like, yeah, you know, we're like, should we stop and check it out? Or we're like, no, let's just roll over. We got a heavily armed MRAP. We'll be okay. At least the other guys won't get hurt. Like, we're not going to feel anything anyways. And, you know, you were just kind of like, why even waste the time to get out? Let's just drive over it really quick and put an end to this. And
so you guys literally were already being turned into biological robots. And by the way, I'm going to email you this, but I looked it up after I told you about it just from memory. The Pentagon said this is to make you like robots ahead of being replaced with real robots. So, I mean, does that make you angry that they would try to addict troops to hardcore narcotics?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely after what happened to one of my guys, because like I said, when it got to be, you know, we're about a month out from leaving country, you know, our commander was like, hey, you guys need to get off that stuff. We're going to start drug testing again, and you don't want to sell this. You know, at this point, everyone's pretty much addicted. They're scratching their arms left and right. And, I mean, it got so bad that when we got back, we had a soldier try to go to the hospital to get a prescription for painkillers, and they told him no, they weren't going to give him any. So what he did is he got a gun and shot himself in the leg to wound himself so he could go back to the hospital so he would get Percocet. And then the doctor just gave him Tylenol 3s and told him, hey, you know, you have a serious drug problem. We need to give you some kind of mental evaluation. We need to do some testing and possibly some action to get you out of the military.
Bingo. You just said it right there. Bingo. I've looked at it. The number one reason they say they're going to disarm troops is they've got it in your file that you were ordered. And this is pretty much everybody in the Army I've talked to in combat, or Marines, you name it. You were ordered to go on this, and then they have a record you were on this, or you fail a drug test, and then now they can take your right to own guns away or give you a dishonorable discharge or make you go to a psychological evaluation to then strip your rights there. So, I mean, is that chilling to know that the Pentagon was trying to set you up the whole time you were out there?
Yeah, I mean, every day in the military is, like I said, from day one, your whole idea is that, you know, I'm this patriot, I'm doing everything I can for, you know, the red, white, and blue, and the next thing you know, you're seeing all this crazy stuff going on, and it does piss you off because you meant to join something that was pure and that you thought was so true, and then, you know, really they're just trying to screw you over at the end of the day throughout your career.
Yeah, absolutely. The globalists hate men in uniform more than anybody. And as soon as they can go to automated war wagons and autonomous drones, it's over. It's on record. No more combat trips. People don't believe that. There'll be special units that go along with the robots. That's it. And this is so the technocrats can be in charge. Can you imagine the cowardly little globalist, how much they hate people that have courage and thought they were fighting for America? That's why Homeland Security says veterans are the #1 enemy and terror threat on record. We broke that 5 years ago. It's now, of course, mainstream news. And I just want you to know, Staff Sergeant Biggs, that's where the rabbit hole goes, because you were asking me, why did they tell us to take these drugs? And that's why. And just be glad you weren't in the real, secret stuff. They put those guys on amnesics after missions. It's basically mind control.
I mean, all the special forces guys that I knew, they were all on some kind of testosterone or HGH, and that was just medically prescribed to them. I mean, they were able to fly on planes with it, basically. I mean, they could go through anything without fear of it being taken.
Yeah, and that's just what you know about. They give them amnesics, and then they wake up a couple days later. I'll leave it at that. I mean, it's still on record, but basically, have you seen the new Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's real, buddy. That stuff's at least 30 years old. So
I wouldn't doubt it.
No,
I would not doubt it.
I know medical doctors that, well, I'm not going to get off into it. The point is that There's a lot going on underground. I mean, you were regular Army, and look at all the stuff you saw.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I hear after you came on the show, Shepard Smith's blowing your phone up. I say go on there. What have you found out since this morning what he wants you on about?
They didn't really give me. They kept bouncing around. I kept asking the guy, his producer, kept calling me. When I woke up, I turned my phone on this morning, and I had like 3 or 4 emails and missed calls from, New Jersey numbers, New York numbers, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I started listening to all these voicemails, and some guy from the Shepard, what's his last name, Shepard Smith or whatever, from Fox News, kept blowing me up saying that they wanted to talk about the CIA and John Brennan, I think, and then they kind of said some other things. I couldn't quite make it out, but I don't know. I told him I'd think about it.
Go on there, man. Hit him and hit him hard. I mean, you went on there with Cupcake before and did pretty good.
Yeah, but she was a disaster.
Yeah, but this is your second go-around, brother, and if you're live, you can talk about whatever you want.
Yeah.
Of course, they're listening right now, but I say go on there live and torpedoes away, buddy.
Yeah, well, I told him tomorrow. I'd wait till tomorrow and give an answer.
All right, well, don't take my advice. I'm just saying I would do it. What do you think you're going to do?
I don't know. I'm going to sleep on it.
All right, Joe. Well, great meeting you in person, and can't wait to come down to Austin. Again, you're a fun guy to hang out with, and Shane and everybody said the same thing. So God bless you. It's good to know a real person who stands up for the truth, and we appreciate you, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man, I thank you for having me down there. And like I said, your crew is completely dedicated with some of the most amazing people to meet, and it's great that you have those kind of people surrounded by you every day.
Yeah, we're blessed to have this wonderful crew, and we're blessed to have our great supporters and everybody out there that's on the team of Liberty. We're all in this together. All right, Joe, I'll say bye to you during the break. We'll be back with Larry Pinckney on MSNBC saying, I'm deeply racist and connected to bombers and the Easter Bunny. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Can you pluck a chicken in about 90 seconds? You can with Power Plucker. Plucking by hand is a chore, but the Power Plucker makes it fast and easy. Simply chuck Power Plucker into your power drill and watch those feathers fly off. Save time and money with our complete home processing kits, too. For free USA shipping and 10% discount, go to PowerPlucker.com and enter promo code RADIO. PowerPlucker.com, the only drill-powered poultry plucker.
The Obama administration is targeting people just like you. The IRS, FBI, and NSA are scrambling to collect every bit of information about you. Find out how to protect yourself from government spies at privacyradio.com. But hurry, they do not want you to know about this. It's the story of an American patriot and his struggle against big government. Don't wait. This video could mysteriously go down at any time. Go to privacyradio.com before it's too late. That's privacyradio.com.
Dozens of diseases ranging from the common cold and flu to MRSA and pneumonia are all caused by infectious pathogens that often get the upper hand on conventional medical treatments. Fortunately, a simple, safe, and effective alternative exists. Supernatural Silver is a new and vastly improved type of silver solution that is safe and extremely effective against 143 types of bacteria, both forms of viruses, mold and yeast, and a limited number of parasites. It can even purify water. Supernatural Silver comes in both liquid and gel for internal or external use. With over 180 scientific studies by independent universities, hospitals, research institutions, and nursing homes, Supernatural Silver is a powerful weapon in the fight against disease. To see how Supernatural Silver can give you and your loved ones protection and peace of mind, go to supernaturalsilver.com. Use the promo code PROTECTED for 20% off and like us on Facebook.
There are those curious about Bitcoins and those using and making money with Bitcoins. What are Bitcoins? A Bitcoin is the first decentralized currency that can be easily transferred from person to person over the internet. No bank needed. This means lower fees, and accounts can never be frozen, limited, or closed. You are in control of your money. And the best part? You can start earning and making money with Bitcoins right away. No computer or expertise is required to earn money with Bitcoins, and a growing number of merchants now accept Bitcoins. Plus, they're easily exchanged for dollars, euros, and more. Learn more about the easiest, cheapest, most profitable way to enter the Bitcoin market and get paid every 2 weeks by one of the fastest growing Bitcoin miners in the world at cloudhashing.com. Just like it sounds, cloudhashing.com. That's cloudhashing.com. We mine your business.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the grassroots organic resistance to the technocratic takeover. And the 18-year growth curve of this installation in Austin, Texas, that is designed to expose the globalist dehumanization program is going into a major growth phase that worries the enemy. And I use words like that. I mean, that's not lightly used. Politico says the cyber war is against the media and the American people. Even Politico, which is a bunch of bootlickers of the White House, says that. And you can go back 3 years ago to our article where Cyber Command said, we're going to take over the media, we're going to shut down our I mean, this is all illegal. They hate the troops, they're drugging the troops, they're giving them cancer viruses, and then they come out and say, I'm a prophet and part of a deeply racist thing when we try to preach unity of liberty and freedom. And MSNBC comes out and then tries to say that the Boston bombers, who haven't even been convicted, the one living guy's pled not guilty, clearly being set up, clearly a staged deal. Even you know, mainstream news has said that they were my listeners and libertarians, and now the libertarians at the Boston bombing. See, they're not scared about Republicans. They had Steele, the former head of the RNC, on there agreeing that I'm deeply racist, and I'm paid to be racist. Larry Pinckney, who's part of the real Black Panthers, the original Black Panthers that called for unity and justice, not the modern Fed ones that are like the Black Klan to create division. He wanted to pop in this segment, the next, and talk about this, and I think that's important to get his take on this. And he's, of course, syndicated columnist, you name it. And, sir, what do you make of this? It seems like a desperation move here.
Absolutely. My brother, it's good to be with you, Alex. Let me put it this way. Let's understand who MSNBC and the rest of these running dogs actually are. Who are they? They are, in fact, the representatives of the national and global power elite. Let's understand that. When they talk about racist and racism, come on, they are the racists, the hypocrites, the racists. Let's understand that. They're taking the color card and doing everything they can to turn it around on anyone, including you, Alex, anyone who dares speak the truth, who dares to get people to critically think. So let's understand the source. This is despicable, but it is not at all unexpected. We have to expect they're going to be doing this more and more and more. Oh, if you don't support Obama. Oh, if you don't support the Democrats. Oh, if you don't support the Republicans. Get real. The fact of the matter is especially with respect to an outlet such as MSNBC, where are they? They want to talk about racism? Let's talk about the racism of Obama, who is killing, murdering, maiming brown, black, white people all over this world. But let's hone in on, quote unquote, people of color. The black and brown babies that he's murdered and is still murdering with his drone missiles. Mr. Drone Man, Mr. Kill List, Barack Obama. Why don't they talk about that? Why don't they talk about the racism of Obama and the Democrats, not to mention the Republicans, them too, because they're supporting them? Okay, why don't they deal with that? But no, they're apologists. And you know what they are apologists for? They are apologists for 21st century fascism.
And they must be desperate, because even Oliver Stone came out and said Obama's an evil snake, basically, and they want to distract off of the things that, black unemployment's doubled under Obama, and it's not that Obama's even doing it, he's a front man. They want to make it all about, if you don't do what he says, you're a racist. They're just using the fact that he's part African to create this whole thing. I want to get your take on what this means, that they're getting this desperate. Follow us at Real Alex Jones on Twitter.
Visit GCNlive.com today.
Dozens of diseases ranging from the common cold and flu to MRSA and pneumonia are all caused by infectious pathogens. Fortunately, a simple, safe, and effective alternative exists. Supernatural Silver is a new and vastly improved type of silver solution that is safe and extremely effective against 143 types of bacteria, both forms of viruses, mold and yeast, and a limited number of parasites. It can even purify water. Supernatural Silver comes in both liquid and gel for internal or external use. With over 180 scientific studies by independent universities, hospitals, research institutions, and nursing homes, Supernatural Silver is a powerful weapon in the fight against disease. To see how Supernatural Silver can give you and your loved ones protection and peace of mind, go to supernaturalsilver.com. Use the promo code PROTECTED for 20% off and like us on Facebook.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Larry Pinckney, one of the original members of the first real Black Panther Party, not the federally controlled one, that creates division, is joining us, cutting right to the chase, saying in about 4 minutes what I said in the last hour, but better, that it's just outrageous to know that they consciously don't show one racist thing I say, and then they cut it into white supremacist, and then cut back to me, and then cut to the Zarnev brothers, Zohar and Tamerlan, who have clearly been set up, and then say they're libertarians and that they're racist whites. I mean, it's getting really bizarre, folks, that they're trying to equate not being a Republican or Democrat with being a racist or a terrorist. And it shows you've got the former head of the RNC up there saying that I'm paid to be racist. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we just showed me protesting the Klan last week. The whole point is it doesn't even matter. I mean, next they're going to say Martin Luther King's a grand dragon or something. I mean, these people are out of their minds. I mean, I know they know what they're doing, but it's got to be a panic switch. What does this mean now when Sibilia says if you don't support Obamacare written by the offshore banks to rip everybody off, you're a racist? Since when can they just say you support terrorists or you're a racist with no proof, Larry?
Well, they will be able to say this for as long as we, the people, allow them to say this. We need to turn these tables. We need to reverse it. We need to make it clear that we see if they want to deal with racism, we can deal with racism. We can point out that in North Africa, where black and brown people are being killed by Obama, where in Somalia, East Africa, where black people are being killed by Obama, in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and where Obama is murdering people on a regular basis, and I'm talking about children, women, and men, old and young, yeah, we can deal with racism. We can talk about who the real racists are. And yes, Alex, they are desperate. Therefore, they are going to try and pull every despicable, ridiculous action that they possibly can. We need to take this on for what it's worth, understand it for what it's worth, but not be too diverted by it, because they want to divert us and stop us from uniting black, white, brown, red, and yellow people in this country and throughout the world, but especially in the United States, need to understand that we are being targeted. You know, I listened to the segment where you were talking to the sergeant, and I thought to myself, yes, those troops are being targeted just as ordinary, everyday human beings who are citizens of this nation are TIs, targeted individuals. Oh, yes, this is real. This is not make-believe. This is not science fiction. I only wish that it were. So what this means is we are making headway. We, when I say we, I mean we the people, black, white, brown, red, and yellow people. And the corporate mainstream, lying posterior media, which is controlled by the corporations and the CIA, speaking of the CIA, okay, they are desperate to keep us ignorant and divided. We will not go for it. We will not go for it. I say now in the year 2013, as I've said back in the day with the Black Panther Party, the original Black Panther Party, all power to the people. All power to the people. Black, white, brown, red, and yellow people. Don't let them disunite us. Don't be thrown off or unnerved by their ridiculous assertions, by their lies, by their machinations. Don't. You should be proud, Alex. You should be proud. Wear this with a badge of honor, or as a badge of honor.
Well, thank you, Larry. We'll talk to you again soon. He's in the Obama Deception 2 coming up. God bless you, sir. I mean, I do, but it's just so ridiculous. And it's really kind of creepy, though, to have, like, the former head of the RNC up there. I mean, it's just, we must be really getting to him. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Larry. We'll be right back with a ton of news. Stay with us. Why does the United States spend the largest percentage of GDP in the world on healthcare? Why do we have the highest cancer rates on the planet, the highest rates of diabetes, autism, and every other major disease? It all comes down to one thing. We are what we eat. Our food is devoid of nutrition and processed with poisons and additives. Our water is filled with toxic poisons and big pharma runoff. All of this has been engineered by design. We can turn the tide against the eugenicist by giving ourselves the nutrients our body desperately needs. To learn more, visit InfoWarsHealth.com. The site is literally packed with audio and video featuring top health professionals who don't bow down to big pharma. The fight against the New World Order starts with you, and you can't stand against the machine if you're sick, tired, and obese. When you visit InfoWarsHealth.com, be sure and check out the catalog with nearly 400 life-changing products, and get free shipping when you sign up for AutoShip. Introducing Pro One. All of your filtration in one system, portable, on the go. No more do you have 2 or 3 filters to just reduce sodium fluoride. You have a system that cuts out the sodium fluoride and up to 95% of hydrofluorosilicic acid. Advanced manufacturing technology combines silver-impregnated white ceramic with new Aquamedics advanced media for removal of fluoride and other heavy metals, all in one filter element. It is the only one that does it, and out of the gate, we have it discounted at 10% off with promo code WATER. This is the only system that in one unit helps reduce or remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, ammonia, and chlorine, hydrofluorosilicic acid, the most common form of fluoride not covered by other fluoride filter brands, and sodium hexafluorosilicate. Get your Pro Pure with the new Pro One filter today at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling 888-253-3139.
Every 3 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity theft. We also hear news stories every day about the NSA spying on U.S. citizens. It is now more important than ever to protect yourself and your information on the web. PrivateInternetAccess.com is a virtual private network service that can encrypt your internet connection while hiding your IP address. Their service also provides firewall protection in order to prevent data mining and unwanted exposure. They keep no records of your web browsing history. PrivateInternetAccess.com is an American company that understands you need to protect your inalienable rights. Private Internet Access does not even log any of your traffic, period. Privacy is their #1 policy. You can use their service anywhere with an internet connection, and with one account you can protect up to 5 devices at the same time. Go to PrivateInternetAccess.com right now in order to secure the privacy of you and your loved ones. Don't wait and allow you and your family to become victims. Visit PrivateInternetAccess.com today.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's Alex Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, the latest news up at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, the front lines of truth journalism. Powered by truth. Google submits patent for Minority Report style eye tracking device. Video, Obama backed militants execute teenage boys. We're not going to be showing that on television. You can go see it if you want to on Infowars.com. More Christians being exterminated. That's in CNS News today, by the way. And the Egyptian military is trying to mow them down to keep them from doing it. I don't like seeing military shoot people, but the Muslim Brotherhood and Al-Qaeda are the ones attacking and killing people, so the military has couped against the West, and Pentagon saying they may go in and back the militants against the Egyptian military. So this could lead to Lord knows what, with our so-called forces backing Al-Qaeda as usual. I just cannot believe how insane. I mean, I already know all this stuff, but it's just out in the open now. And you talk about it and go, hey, we shouldn't be funding Al-Qaeda to kill Syrians. Shut up, racist. Hey, you know, I really don't want to have my Second Amendment taken. You know, violent crime's down 60+% since 1991. Here's the Justice Department numbers. Shut up, racist. Hey, you know, the health care bill was written by foreign banks to rip people off and doesn't cover pre-existing. I mean, I don't like socialism because it makes you dependent, but, you know, this isn't even socialism. Shut up, racist. You know you don't like Obama because he's black. And MSNBC comes out and says the Zarneb brothers basically bombed things because of me, and then by the end of the piece, they're libertarians who bombed the Boston bombing, even though the one survivor's pleading not guilty was clearly had his throat cut out. And then it came out they did cut his throat out. And I mean, I don't like having to fight these people. But I look at all the little cowards that work for them who are up there part of a really evil system. And to them, it's all just like a joke, like it's high school cliques or something. Hey, man, all you people, MSNBC, Media Matters, working for the White House and others, you don't have big audiences, but you got the power structure behind you. And that's why you're important, because what you say is an indicator of what the establishment wants to push. You know, I've seen you guys on there, you know, call for people to be arrested for their speech. You're not liberals, you're authoritarians. And I know they typecast you and chose you because you'll do anything for power. You like the power trip of working for the New World Order, but the last place you want to be is in close proximity to the New World Order, because it doesn't love anybody, even itself. I want to explain that to you. At the core of these people that run this thing is a love of death of innocence. And I wish you had some discernment or common sense. You people would be running from this. And I look at how narcissistic and cynical and dumbed down the yuppie class is. I don't care what color they are, who think they're winners. In fact, I haven't gotten this video yet, and I'm going to play it for Red Beckman coming up. It's up on Infowars.com. It's by Michael Snyder, Economic Collapse blog. If this guy is what the future of America looks like, we are in big trouble. In fact, I'm going to tweet it out on Real Alex Jones here in just a minute when we go to Red Beckman. The video and the audio in the news article from Fox News. Now, when you watch this piece, it isn't just about a rat. That's why they call them drag rats here in Austin, because they call themselves rats. It's about working the system and not caring, and it's about going on TV and being scum and eating lobster and driving a Cadillac Escalade and surfing all day. By the way, you know this guy wouldn't give a real homeless person who was mentally ill and didn't know how to take care of themselves or get help. You know, this little punk doesn't give him anything. I bet money on it. That's my opinion. But I want to get this little scumbag on. And there are over 101 million people, one way or another, just like this guy in this country now, to where real people that actually have disabilities can't get help. And he gets all these different little welfare checks, and he's proud of it, that he doesn't work. And he says, yeah, I had a recording, you know, studio license and everything, and I saw Motley Crue come in one time with a bottle of Jack Daniels to record something, and I thought, ought to be, and then it cuts to him, you know, it's terrible music. He was going to be a star. Did you come around in 1980, 1981 in the scene when that music was just starting, getting hot? Did you have 1/100th the talent of Motley Crue? No, you didn't. I'm so sick of all these delusional narcissists all around me that are going to be hip-hop stars and rap stars and rock and roll stars and won't even take care of their families and then sit there off the government tit all day long feeding off hardworking people. I'm sick of it. And just how he gets into the fact he's sucking the system dry. He gets in talking about all his women and some pathetic girl with him who thinks she's going to be a movie star being a joke on Fox News. But they're into the fact that they're scum. And that's why Mark Dice go to the same area in L.A., and almost every person says, I want to kill babies if it's for Obama. I want to arrest gun owners if it's for Obama. I want to kill every white person if it's for Obama. I want to, because they are just totally lazy. It's a spirit. It's more than a mindset of just bleh, not caring about anything. Not caring about, and then getting off on it. We send Leanne McAdoo out to talk to trendies in Austin. We go to an area of hard-working blue-collar folks, they're all upset and awake. You go to a rich area, they're upset and awake. You go to trendy UT areas, South Congress areas, they'll laugh and go, so what if they're arresting people? They've always done that. So what if they're putting poison in the water? So what if they're going to start killing babies up to age 3? So what? So what? So what? Well, so what about you, you piece of crap? Excuse me. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to stop right there. I genuinely get mad about this stuff. I apologize. I just start envisioning these people that are like, yeah, ban water if the government says it. Yeah, whatever government. You just say Obama, they just go. I mean, you could walk up to one of these Obama supporters and say, come home with me to my flat and have sex with me. It's for Obama. And I think these people start pulling their clothes off. I mean, it is like magician programming, ladies and gentlemen, how bad this is. We're going to talk to Red Beckman and get his take on all this. Red Beckman is a living legend. He co-authored the law that never was, proved the income tax was never ratified, went to all of the 44 states that existed at the time of the ratification in 1913. MJ Red Beckman is a concerned American and a businessman involved in numerous various operations against tyranny. And, of course, he is the original guy that founded the Fully Informed Jury Association and Jury Awareness and Rights. He's traveled the world. He's an Air Force veteran. I won't get into all that. Now, I've been interviewing this man for 18 years. And by the way, back when he was one of the few people fighting tyranny, they came and took his house and bulldozed it in front of him. Just like they take houses now without the deeds. So he's been through hell. RedBeckman.com. He's written a bunch of books and pamphlets as well. Red, you hear me ranting and raving here about what's happened to our culture. Just out of the gates, what do you make of everything we've talked about now being out in the open? And what does your gut tell you? Because you're a guy that's changed history. The jury rights movement's gotten the bar to want to get rid of juries because they can't control everything now. Back to what juries should be. I mean, you've changed world history, one man working with others. And whereas there might have been a couple hundred of you 50 years ago, there's now hundreds of millions of us worldwide. What is the state of the world according to Red Beckman?
Oh, boy. It doesn't take me very long to tell you the state of the world. It's good to be here, and it was good to hear your rant this morning. It's still morning here. So, anyway, before the USSR went down, I had forecast the dissolution of that government, that system, that political system. And the reason that I said that it was going to go down was because when the Bolsheviks took over in 1917, they said, one of the first things they said is there is no creator God. And, of course, there were probably 60 million Russians who died in the Russian gulags because they believed that there was a creator God. And the Bolsheviks didn't believe that. And Alexander Solzhenitsyn is the one that put the 60 million figure out there. It wasn't me. And I said years ago, I said the Soviet Union, the USSR, will not survive their violations of God's law. And that's just the first and second commandments. And the first commandment, the Heavenly Father says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. And in the second commandment, he says, I'm a jealous God. Now, history, the junk heaps of history, are piled high with governmental systems, political systems that destroyed themselves because they tried to be God. And, of course, in this country right now, we are on the same path. We going the same route, and our Heavenly Father is still a jealous God, and He is going to have the final say. And so we're getting pretty close here, I think. I don't think it. I know that we're getting very close to some kind of a situation that's going to change things dramatically. In December of 1991, the Russian people woke up in the morning and turned on their news and discovered or got the news that their government, the USSR, had dissolved overnight. And it could well happen right here that this system not be able to survive its mistakes and its violations of God's law. So that's.
I want you to explain where we are in the hierarchy of sovereignty. That's key for people. Get into juries, get into the world, but finish up with how the state always tries to become God, the collectivists always do, and it always implodes. The question is, will we go through living hell in the process beforehand, or will we learn from history? And will they stage false flags to continue on?
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
There's a huge and hushed up conspiracy going on that's about to turn your lives upside down in the coming few months. Unbelievably, the media are keeping quiet about this. I'm sure they know it, but they probably know that revealing it on TV will generate mass hysteria and chaos. But I believe you should be informed about it, because when the sinister agenda is finally accomplished and everything unravels, only those who know this secret info will survive and thrive. Go to 123conspiracy.com right now to see the truth. The video at 123conspiracy.com reveals the real, secret reason why Obama is after your guns and ammo. And it's not just in response to mass murders of preparing for war. It's something much darker. Go watch the video now at 123conspiracy.com before they shut it down. Again, that's 123conspiracy.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Thank you, listeners. You spoke and we listened. At chef5mm.com, we've made our checkout process more secure and user-friendly than ever before. Chef 5-minute meals, unlike anything you've ever seen. Self-heat in just 5 minutes. You don't need anything except what comes in the box. Visit chef5mm.com to see this innovation for yourself. That's chef5mm.com or call 888-959-6502. 888-959-6502.
Hello, this is Ty Bollinger, author of the best-selling book, Cancer, Step Outside the Box. I want you to know some very important information. In 1985, President Ronald Reagan requested that Carnivora be sent directly to the White House at a time when only the president could obtain this world-class healer. Now, 27 years later, Carnivora capsules are used around the world to keep people healthy. Now you can protect yourself and your loved ones in this age of superbugs with 17 naturally occurring compounds that instinctively respond to abnormal cells only without harming a single normal cell. If you want to stay healthy, now's your chance to literally wake up your critical immune cells to attack harmful invaders that don't belong in your body. Call 1-866-VENUS-FLY or order from carnivora.com. That's carnivora.com. That's 1-866-836-8735, 1-866-VENUS-FLY, or visit carnivora.com. Protect your immune system. It's the only one you've got.
This is a short segment, long segment coming up with the Fully Informed Jury Association founder. You know, the whole jury rights movement that goes back to the Bill of Rights Constitution, saying the jury judges the facts as well as the law. You think a law is unconstitutional? You think they're setting somebody up? The judge says, you will convict that man. He did raise his arm when the police baton came down. That was resisting. You find him not guilty. Or some murderer kills somebody and gets off on a technicality. Everybody knows they murdered the person. A dad takes a shotgun and takes them out. Sure, he committed premeditated murder, but you let him go. It's your vote. It's a big duty, folks. The 9 jurors, the grand jurors aren't supposed to be kept creatures of the prosecutor as well. You're supposed to tell the judge what to do. Now it's backwards. Red Beckman, getting back to the collapse of this New World Order, they want to use the collapse as another takeover. They've learned. But as long as we're here exposing it, I don't see it happening. When I talk to most military and police, they're actually starting to wake up. So I don't think it's going to go too well for the banksters. Red Beckman, continue with this process. And you know, now they're saying on MSNBC, you do what the government says or you're a terrorist. They say the governance is the boss. Is that how freedom's supposed to work, Red Beckman?
Well, you know, you and I have discussed the 16th Amendment and the income tax considerable in the past, and I think we can understand the overall picture much better just by looking at what has happened with the IRS scandal that's been in the news pretty regular here, because this is what is happening with so many different areas, and of course that's been one of my basic targets for a long, long time. And so what we have here now is a situation where truth has been coming out of the woodwork. You know, the prophet Hosea in the Bible, he said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And of course, truth is the substance of knowledge. If you don't have truth, you don't have knowledge. We've got a lot of people out there with PhDs, and all of those PhDs are structured on the lies that they have believed, not on truth. And now the truth is coming out of the woodwork, and there is no better picture of it than what is happening to the Internal Revenue Service. But they haven't uncovered quite enough yet, and it's coming. It's got to be coming here in the near future, where, you see, the target has to enlarge. It's going to be enlarged to include the federal judiciary. The federal judiciary are the ones who created the Internal Revenue Service as a terrorist organization, and they have protected the IRS. They have the judiciary. You see, when we came out with all of the evidence on the fraud of the 16th Amendment, that it was never ratified.
That's right. For those that are just joining us, Red Beckman is also not just the founder of the Fully Informed Jury Association that's now worldwide. He is also the guy that went with several others and proved the IRS was a fraud, a collection agency for the private Federal Reserve. And now it's come out that they persecute anybody for their political views and are Gestapo. And they're the go-to group now to abuse the American people. It's incredible.
They're trying to make it look like this is just something that has just happened. But I have personal evidence of what they were doing even back in the 1970s. In the way of terrorism and fraud. And the federal judges were permitting it. They were letting...
My dad was told in Dallas, we know you paid your taxes. Sell all your stuff, we're going to arrest you. And the woman said point blank, the head person, she says, we're criminals. And my dad said, I thought this was America. And she said, we'll put you in prison. Now get your butt out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, and my dad just ever since then was like, oh, what? And I mean, that's how sick these people are.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Now, you see, we were to have a government of law, not man. Today, now, this is kind of a bold statement, perhaps. We have a government of man, not law.
That's true.
And we have a perfect example of it in what the courts did when we took the evidence of the 16th Amendment fraud into the court. The federal judiciary, they have refused to let juries and grand juries take a look at this evidence that we have over.
Well, stay there, because now it's clear in Europe. It's the same banks. It is a foreign globalist occupying group who's above the law and tax-free, and they are using the IRS worldwide, similar systems, to destroy the middle class. That's their job, and that's declassified. They are an enemy organization.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Cal-Ben Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soap that is triple concentrated and made from the highest quality vegetable and coconut oils. See them on the web, www.5starsoap.com, or call 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog and buy American-made products. Order the sampler, a 1 to 2 month supply, or get a 1 to 2 year supply of soaps for all your cleaning needs. You're getting soap products twice as good as what you're using now. This is an amazing deal, and you will love the way real soap makes your skin feel. Call 1-800-340-7091 or visit www.5starsoap.com. Alex and his staff have used these earth-friendly, pure soaps for years. See them on the web, www.5starsoap.com, or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog.
Protecting your home with a security system is a must. But when it comes to protecting your family, your home, and belongings, there's no need to sign a long-term contract. Listen, there is some real scum in the alarm business, cashing in by locking you into long, punishing contracts. Not with Simply Safe Home Security. They're the good guys. You can trust Simply Safe to protect your family. Simply Safe was created by a Harvard Business School engineer, and it's revolutionary. You'll get 24-hour protection for just $14.99 a month. There are no hidden fees and no contracts. You'll save thousands. Plus, you're protected by their 100% money-back guarantee. Protect yourself against home invasions and break-ins. Order your Simply Safe system now and receive a wireless keychain remote, a $25 gift, free. So don't waste your time dealing with scum. Visit GetSimplySafe.com. GetSimplySafe.com. GetSimplySafe.com.
It's hurricane and wildfire season again. Why do thousands of people sit in these reoccurring problem areas year after year, betting their lives that the disaster won't get them? Hundreds of you helped eFoods Direct ship 50,000 donated meals to the Oklahoma victims. The problem is we can't help everybody. If every one of us who can will take care of ourselves, we can all pitch in to take care of those who really can't. The new Just In Case pack from eFoods Direct is the big brother to the 7-day emergency pack designed for Oklahoma disaster donations. It contains a 2-month supply for one person, or a 1-month supply for 2 adults, or a 2-week supply for a family of 4. The $320 price is $50 less than retail. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Order 2 or more, get 10% off, free shipping applies. Call 800-409-5633 on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
Crashing through the lies and disinformation. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Waging war on corruption. I remember people 16 years ago, 17 years ago, I'd say, the NSA spies on all devices in lifetime. Here's the Telecommunications Act paying for it. And here they are ordering telecommunication companies to do it, but they actually wrote the bill. They had Congress pass a bill ordering them to do it, which then funded them billions of dollars apiece to put the grid in. And they already had other grids, but usually they'd go down and put the wiretap right on your line. Or then right on your, fax machine system that was going down the line. Now it just all goes through the grid. And the globalists are going, yeah, we're going to attack the free press and take over and arrest whoever we want. How's that sound? That's in Politico today. The cyber war against the media. And then here is our article that Kurt Nimmo did 3 years ago with almost the same headline, Pentagon Cyber Command prepares war against the American people, and it goes on, and the press. And he gives their quotes there. See, that's why they hate us, folks, is that we neurotically go and document what we say or what we claim. They're the opposite. You read a New York Times article, they won't have one link to a bill or something they're writing about. MSNBC will say, Alex Jones is deeply racist, and in past shows, he hates Obama because he's black, and there's no clip of me saying it. I mean, imagine if I came up here and said, Obama said he's going to snort 10 lines of cocaine tonight, hypothetically. Let's move along. Did you hear Obama killed a little girl this morning in the Rose Garden? Strangled her in front of people. Let's move on to the next story. People be, hey, bud, back that up. Where's the proof? Where's the news? Where's the video? Oh, don't worry about it. Barack Obama killed a small child today. MSNBC's so wicked, they'll probably take that clip out and say I actually said that when I was hypothetically saying I could say something false like that with no proof, and then I would rightfully get in political and legal trouble if it wasn't true. This is a new level, folks. I've studied Soviet, Nazi, and other propaganda. It was nothing even near this. Why are they so ridiculous? We're going to ask Red Beckman that in a moment. Get back into the law that never was, the power structure. And I want to play him a clip that we just sent out on Twitter at Real Alex Jones, dealing with a man paid literally massive amounts of money to surf and eat lobster all day by Obama. Obama changed it where he can just get the unlimited goodies. But first off, American Drug War, Cannabis Destiny is out, and it shows, the Wall Street Journal says this film is a game-changing moment for both the film and entertainment industry as well as the cannabis industry. It shows how the CPS is drugging everybody with deadly drugs, taking people's kids for smoking marijuana, how the drug war is run by the government, how they ship the drugs in. It's better than his last award-winning film. I am the exclusive distributor of this film for the first 2 months if you want to get it. Kevin's such a friend, and I've helped him so much. He said, here, I'll just give you the first distributorship. So we've got it, InfoWarsStore.com. You want it on DVD. It's available right now before it even goes on cable next month. American Drug War. Boom. InfoWarsStore.com. It'll wake people up in your area, and it'll also support the broadcast. American Drug War 2. Very important film. Rave reviews. Very powerful. Really, it's a CPS film as part of it. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. You can also write to us. It's, what is it, $14.95 out of the gates. P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas, 78760. P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas, 78760. And Kevin Booth is on tomorrow. And speaking of that, let me check my, before we go back to Red Beckman. Next Tuesday, we're going to have one of the biggest horrible food companies in the country on. It's not an infomercial. They are a sponsor, but I want to get them on because we've written articles about other food companies getting contacted and visited by Homeland Security. eFoods can confirm this, is going to come on and give you the inside baseball. In fact, where's that press release they authorized me to? I had it here in my plug sheet. Oh, there it is. Because they stuck in the press release in there so I could give you the accurate info. The point is, he's on next Tuesday. I've got it now. I found it was over here in my news stack. The point is that efoodsdirect.com/Alex, if you want to get high-quality, storable foods and get free shipping. They're running a special right now, but that's not a plug. But since I'm plugging the company, might as well plug them. So turn it into a plug. efoodsdirect.com/Alex. And the phone number is right up there as well. If you show them on the top of the site, I'll be glad to give folks the number, the direct number to get the discounts, 800-409-5633. Okay, enough of me ranting. I want to shut up and give Red the floor for the next 6, 7, 8 minutes, and then I want to play a clip of the collectivist system, because if an old lady can't pay her property taxes now, they take the house. If she barricades herself in, they SWAT team her. Every few weeks, I see them killing some old person that won't give up their house. They will take your house to pay people's welfare. They will kill you. And they will kill you if you don't pay the taxes so that 101 million people can sit around on their thumbs. They will kill you. I've got a stack of articles in Dallas, 3-inch grass SWAT team raid. People, 25 cents unpaid ticket SWAT team raid. The guy here's banging on the door, grabs his gun, they shoot him. You die in America because there are wannabe military guys who like to kill people, and the globalists want to intimidate you. Now, going back to Red Beckman, Red, you've got the floor to break down what you're trying to get into about the nature of tyranny we're under and the IRS, and now the fact that this is all coming out.
Well, let me give people a little advice. The next time you get a communication from the Internal Revenue Service, and they're trying to terrorize you, that's their game, you write back and you just say, received your communication on such and such a date, and I recognize the Internal Revenue as a domestic terrorist organization, and so I'm going to remind you that you took an oath of office when you went to work for the Internal Revenue Service, or if you're working for the government, and you took an oath to defend the Constitution, not the government. People don't stop and think about that. There's over 30 million of us, I understand, that are military veterans in this country, and we took that oath to defend the Constitution. We didn't take an oath to defend the government, and that's very important, and it's not really talked about that much. And so here's what you write back to them. You just tell them, say that, seeing as how the federal judiciary are beneficiaries of the criminal fraud of the ratification of the 16th Amendment, you should have a copy of the law that never was, Volume 1, of course, but you say you've got that, and so you are, if the IRS has a valid claim, that their proper procedure is a 7th article of the Bill of Rights, 7th Amendment, the common law court. And a lot of people say, oh, there is no common law anymore. Well, Rule 38 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure says that there is common law courts available, and you can't go into their administrative courts for the simple reason that the judge is a beneficiary of the fraud of the 16th Amendment ratification because he is getting paid from tax money, isn't he? That means he has a conflict of interest. The prosecutor, he too gets his paycheck because of the tax money that is collected from people, and so he has a conflict of interest. He cannot make findings of fact or conclusions of law. The judge cannot make findings of fact and conclusions of law. It's the common law jury that gets to make the findings of fact and conclusions of law, and I want people to read the 7th article of the Bill of Rights over and over again until you get it through all of the public education and everything, get it through all that garbage, and recognize that the 7th article Bill of Rights, that jury is the highest court in the land, because it says that the facts tried by that common law jury cannot be re-examined by any court in the land. You're talking about sovereignty a great deal, Alex, and sovereignty means nothing unless you know how to exercise your sovereignty. And that's where you exercise your sovereignty, because he who is sovereign has the final say on the law. And we the people wrote the Constitution. and we, the people, have the final say on the law. We have a lot of people that are winning their cases right now because they are using this information. The federal judge is a political appointee. The kind of presidents we've had in Washington for the last 30 years, I guess, or so, or better, more than 30 years, these people, they're appointing these judges to the federal judiciary. They're all political animals. They're all given a political plum, and they all have a conflict of interest, and their oath, or not their oath, their code of ethics, the Judicial Code of Ethics. Go to the computer and find the Judicial Code of Ethics, and it'll tell you that if a judge has a conflict of interest, he cannot interfere with what happens in that case. He has to stand back, and he has to let the common law juries take their place in the position of authority.
Now, Red, we're going to have you come back and get more into this, but even the New Yorker magazine on its cover says, in most states, police can take your house, your car, everything, no judge, no jury, not even an arrest, not even charged. Well, and act like that's the law. And it's not the law, it's the misappropriation, and it's the courts going along with it. How are cops beating up camera people for no reason, and even EMTs that don't get out of their way quick enough? We have set up a gang in government that gets away with more and more, and it's really rotting down to the ground right now. But I wanted to play a clip that I just sent out on Twitter, at Real Alex Jones on Twitter, where folks can follow us. Quote, if this guy is what the future of America looks like, we are in big trouble. I want to play this report from Fox News to analyze it. But the issue isn't even the hundreds of millions or 101 million people on some form of food assistance, 47 million on federal food stamps. The issue here is these people are proud of it. And they will vote to take their guns to put me in a forced labor camp so he can go surfing. And it is a war on producers. And this guy is the very bottom of the sick kleptocratic class, and then right up to the top with the Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan. They're all just the same, and it's all a big joke on them. They're all part of the rat culture. Here's this report. We'll get Red Beckman's take.
Meet Jason Greenslade, food stamp recipient.
Another day in the life of Jason, living at rat life.
And what exactly is the rat life?
Well, your typical day.
He's in his Escalade.
Like an early morning guy, get out and get some waves. And sort of later
he's a narcissist. He thinks he's a rock star.
Wake up.
And the actual rock stars are goofballs just like this guy, most of them.
Friends. Skate it up. Hit on some chicks. Want a beer?
Some delusional scum.
All day, every day.
He thinks it's his debut as a rock star. What's that movie about the boxer, The True Story? With Marky Mark?
With Greenslade in La Jolla, California.
It's the exact same deal.
Close to where he grew up. The 29-year-old has chosen the life of a beach bum in this seaside paradise. With no fixed address,
look at him, he's so proud of it.
Has, for the last couple of years, floated from place to place, staying with family, pals, and girls he's dated.
This is a nice day today, though, huh?
Nice day today, man.
With a little help from his friends, and you, the taxpayer.
My EBT SNAP card. It's got the coast of California on it.
Thug life,
So
baby.
how do you get a SNAP card?
You just go out to the Human Resource Office, have your birth certificate and your Social Security
The
card.
globalists are going to release the bioweapon for all these people. They're going to get us, too.
What's that?
They're only using them to break things down first.
Every 6 months?
They got it now. It's where you only do it once a year.
Things have changed.
Obama made it easier.
In 1996, if you were an able adult like Jason with no family, there were limitations. You could get food stamps for only 3 months every 3 years. The exception, if you were working at least a 20-hour work week or participated in a work fair or training program. President Obama wiped away those restrictions when he signed his stimulus bill in 2009.
There you go.
Cloward and Piven.
And in 2010, Obama used his regulatory powers to extend the suspension of those welfare-to-work requirements.
So you fill out a form for a SNAP card, they give you that for a year, no questions asked.
Yeah, you're good to go. You're golden.
It's
You golden.
$200, right?
Yeah,
You golden.
Free money. Radical.
Free money.
Why not? This is my job right here to make sure everything's rolling smoothly. Make sure the sun's up and the girls are out.
How big a part of your life is surfing?
Oh, I surf every day.
I surf every day.
Wonderful, man. Just get away from everything, clear your head. Just get out with the boys and have a good time. Living the life, never a dull moment. Another day in paradise.
These are the guys Mark Dyson interviews. Yeah, I say rest all the guys.
Party of my
Yeah, I say part the babies.
So it's
he talks to people like that every day.
Gourmet section of the local food mart.
I got my rainbow roll.
My rainbow roll.
Salmon, eel, with
a materialistic narcissist scumball.
They had lobster on special. We got lobster and coconut water.
Then Jason's off to the automated checkout counter. Food stamp card at the ready.
$200 a month, and you just go like, boom.
Thank you for shopping with us.
Just like that.
Please remove your bags.
All paid for by our wonderful tax dollars.
Is that typically the type of thing you get on the SNAP card?
I gotta be honest, I want to punch that guy in the nose.
I get sushi, but make it my own way. But they didn't have any good fish, so I just got the pre-made stuff.
EBT lobsters.
Blasphemous right there.
Have some lobster. Look at all these people. It's all funny. We're on TV making a joke about milking the taxpayers. If you don't like it, you're racist.
Lobster.
That's some great lobster, man.
Does anybody want a piece?
Anybody want a piece?
No.
Is it safe to say that this notion of holding down a steady job just is something that is not in your wheelhouse?
That's not the direction I'm going right now.
No, man.
It's just not something that appeals to you, though.
Not whatsoever.
That's enough. Turn it off.
I have to say.
He then goes on and goes, I saw Motley Crue once, and I don't want to, I got a recording thing to work at a recording place, but that ain't good enough for me. So I just suck off everybody, and this is what I do now. And those people will take everything we've got and put us in re-education camps. Of course, after they're done, the government will just bioweapon them. That's the plan. That is a zombie, by the way, folks. Just a little greedy, narcissistic, butt-dragging, buck-toothed scumbag. White trash.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products, most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
Thank you, listeners. You spoke and we listened. At Chef5mm.com, we've made our checkout process more secure and user-friendly than ever before. Chef 5-minute meals. Unlike anything you've ever seen. Self-heat in just 5 minutes. You don't need anything except what comes in the box. Visit Chef5mm.com to see this innovation for yourself. That's Chef5mm.com. Or call 888-959-6502. 888-959-6502.
Wouldn't it be nice to have one product that replaces more than 10, saving you space, time, and money? HempUSA.org has a complete full-spectrum vitamin mineral detox formulation called Micro Plant Powder Gold. Micro Plant Powder Gold contains 101 vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and iodine. Has a 100-year shelf life and is a perfect addition to any storage shelter. Make Micro Plant Powder Gold your choice. Call 888-910-4367 or visit HempUSA.org today.
Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. Amino acids have to be delivered to your body in the shape that nature gave them if they are to be used to create new proteins in your body. Just like a bricklayer cannot use bent or twisted bricks to build a brick wall, so too your body cannot use bent or twisted amino acids to build new proteins. Giving your body an undamaged amino acid food can make a huge difference in your health. One World Whey is an undamaged amino acid food unlike any other. You see, heating bends and twists amino acids, and all whey protein powders we've investigated, and most proteins you consume are heated. With our True Cool process, you now have a choice with One World Whey.
My name is Daniel. I'm 34 years old. When I started using One World Whey, I weighed 228 pounds. Now, after 2.5 months, I weigh 182 pounds. This is my ideal weight. I've noticed an increase in stamina, rate of recovery from workouts, and an increase in my potency.
Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com.
I've talked about this for 18 years on air, but it's gotten more attention in the last few years because Glenn Beck's been covering it, which I laud. The Cloward and Piven strategy is only one, but they've done this in the Soviet Union before. They codified it. It is government policy to carry this out. They're American sociologists who developed the plan in the 60s to bankrupt America by getting everybody they can on welfare to create a giant underclass that would serve as a government army to once and for all destroy the middle class and the producers so that the state could be established as all-powerful. And that is the policy. Now, after they've done that, this is kind of a slow-motion re-education, then all these guys are going to have to, basically work in the work brigades or it's over. Going back to Red Beckman. Red, what did you think of that disgusting clip I just played of a guy proud that he's sucking off the taxpayer and he thinks that's rock star? And you hear all these rap songs about, I got my digital food stamp. I mean, it's like really sexy to weigh, 500 pounds if you're a rapper and just say you're total scum. And same thing with these rock and roll rat guys. This is sold as sexy now, and he's got all the girls out there going, yeah, we're scum, it's so sexy. I mean, Red, that's some sophisticated propaganda right there, isn't it?
It is, and it's a mental thing, and of course it's satanic.
It is.
It is not. You see, we were created in the likeness of our Creator. And these people are just absolutely, they're not people anymore as far as I'm concerned.
No, they've been turned into animals, and the globalists have a rule. They have to turn you into one and have you get into it before they're allowed to destroy. I call it demonic chivalry. I mean, Red, you're a wise man. You've noticed these weird laws the globalists have, haven't you?
Oh, my. They're just coming down every day. We've got a do-nothing Congress, but when it comes to writing bad law, they're there, and they do it. And of course, Obama, if he can't get Congress to write bad law, then he just issues an executive order, and he's been able to get away with it because Congress, the congressmen themselves, I've known some of those people personally, and we had a senator that I knew personally. He served 3 terms in the U.S. Senate, and he was an alcoholic. He had been bankrupt. He was just absolutely no good. But anything that came down the pipe, where his handlers told him to vote for it, well, he would vote for it. It didn't make any difference if it made sense or nonsense.
Is Cloward and Piven going to be successful? Have they ruined us?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a scary thing. In the beginning, I talked about how that the USSR went down because they violated the first and second commandments. We're actually much worse off than they were in the USSR because they didn't have the welfare system and all of that, didn't have all of these scumbags out there, and we've got them today, and it's going to be a pretty serious situation here because when the federal God, in my book, Why the Militia, I have a chapter in there that titled Is the Federal Government a False God, a small g God? And when these people that serve this false god wake up some morning and the false god has been wiped out, What are they going to do? Those food stamp cards aren't going to be worth the paper they're written on. And what are they going to do? It's going to
Red, stay there.
time.
Let's come back and do 5 more minutes on that as the god of government falls.
Thank you for listening.
Follow us at Real Alex Jones on Twitter. Back tonight, 7 o'clock Central. InfoWars Nightly News. Overdrive starts at Infowars.com/show. Why does the United States spend the largest percentage of GDP in the world on healthcare? Why do we have the highest cancer rates on the planet? The highest rates of diabetes, autism, and every other major disease? It all comes down to one thing. We are what we eat. Our food is devoid of nutrition and processed with poisons and additives. Our water is filled with toxic poisons and big pharma runoff. All of this has been engineered by design. We can turn the tide against the eugenicist by giving ourselves the nutrients our body desperately needs. To learn more, visit InfoWarsHealth.com. The site is literally packed with audio and video featuring top health professionals who don't bow down to big pharma. The fight against the New World Order starts with you, and you can't stand against the machine if you're sick, tired, and obese. When you visit InfoWarsHealth.com, be sure and check out the catalog with nearly 400 life-changing products and get free shipping when you sign up for AutoShip.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, folks, we've now come full circle into overdrive. Red Beckman, icon of founding the Fully Informed Jury Association. I'm going to have him plug his address and some of his booklets that are excellent, Walls in Our Minds and others. But I go back and see presentations Beckman gave 30 years ago on video. He's been fighting for 50. And he laid out everything that would happen, everything that would go on. It's now happened. He said the state is always set up as a false god to give you everything. Then it implodes. It instinctively wages war on good people. We're now coming to that point. You were getting into the false god of the state. And its pathetic acolytes, its pathetic minions who revel in the evil. Finish up with your point on that, Red.
I was just thinking of one of the programs, one of the nasty programs at the Internal Revenue Service. You see, they were the Internal Revenue Service. They were into this scumbag government long before some of the other agencies. And you see, I've been a part of what I call the freedom movement. Some people call it the patriot movement. They call it the tax protest movement and all that. I've been part of it now for 40 years. And it finally dawned on me one time that the IRS and the government, they have hired sharp guys, well-educated guys and such to become infiltrators into the freedom movement and to the tax protests. And so these people would come, and they would come out of the woodwork seemingly and join up with the tax protesters, and they would be sharp. They would have some smarts. And the first thing that you know, they would weasel themselves into leadership positions. And they would put out false information, and people would jump on it because they didn't know that, they couldn't tell that these guys were infiltrators. And so we've had leadership in the freedom movement in this country. In this 40 years that I've been around, and they've had leadership that people worked their way up to the top leadership, and they've written books and all this kind of thing, and they put out false information. And And you see, the IRS and the government, they need tax protesters so that they can send them to jail.
Absolutely. Cass Sunstein talked about that, cognitive infiltration, to put in groups to create infighting and false info.
Yeah.
To say this guy's a Fed, this person's a Fed, or to shoot fake videos to get us fighting with each other. Red, we're out of time, but it's been over a year since you were on. And I think it's been over 40 years you've been on the... it's almost 50, buddy. You've been fighting the globalists from the memory I've got.
Yeah.
And we just salute you briefly. Give out your address and how much it costs for folks that want to get some of your great books and booklets at cost.
Well, my address is just Red Beckman at P.O. Box 61. Carroll, Carrolls, Carroll's, Washington, 98609. And there is just a limited supply of The Law That Never Was, Volume 1, available yet. And of course, they can buy those. We get $35 plus $5 postage and handling.
It's a big, huge encyclopedia book, and you got a bunch of other booklets. We're out of time. Folks can find out at redbeckman.com. Red, let's get you on the Nightly News for a commercial-free interview next week or something. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
God bless you, brother. What an American hero to talk to Red Beckman. I'm out of time, folks. I got a lot of stuff to do. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I got miles to go before I sleep. I'm going to be working till 11 o'clock tonight on OD2, Obama Deception 2. It's racist. Hello, I'm Alex Jones. Myself, my family, the Infowars.com team want to relay to you and your families that we are intensifying our efforts against the globalist on every front. Infowars.com is leading the fight against the technocrats. But we can't do that without your help. By getting the films, bumper stickers, and T-shirts at Infowars.com, you will wake up people in your area and support our operation as we move to the next level. We need your help to spread the word like never before. They wish to hide themselves during this tectonic battle between the forces of freedom and darkness. You are